What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining us today. Yet another edition of Throwback Thursday. Jeff, I know you've been enjoying the content as much as I've been enjoying digging through and putting it all up and together.
I'm not gonna lie. I was trepidatious watching this, especially my stuff. I hate watching my stuff, you know that. But it's been interesting to go back and watch it because, as I said, I become less of a dick as the shows go on Talk Wrestling, which is thank God I did because the first show was so bad. But man, you have been like reaching into the vault, man. I almost feel like I want to grab Mickey Mouse on SNL. I'm like, no, protect the content. They didn't sell. So man, such good stuff to watch, and today is no exception, sir.
Yes, thank you once again to Aaron Rift of the NoDQ YouTube channel, James Hebert of the JH95/FTW Productions, Noel Foster from the Simple Man brand, and of course, you, good sir, for the
Yes.
Jeff Meacham Network, for allowing me access to all the content that was previously discussed in private
Yes.
amongst all of you guys, because there are limitations about what can and can't be posted, but
Yeah, unfortunately.
especially a big thank you once again to Aaron Rift for allowing me access to the no DQ stuff. That stuff has really helped make the process and the Throwback Thursdays succeed and thrive, I think.
Absolutely.
Sit back, relax, everybody, enjoy as we bring to you yet another week of Throwback Thursday content.
Now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
The Casa D18 Studios. An affiliate of the Jeff Meacham Network, Multiverse of Media, proudly presents this retro content from J. Studios.
The following program contains strong language that is not suitable for young children. Viewer discretion is advised. In 2019, Michael X won the Wrestling Rundown Championship, taking the world by storm. But then, the virus attacked. These men promptly escaped from mental insanity by talking about the nerdiest shit on the internet, filmed in the Massachusetts underground. Today, still wanted by the people of YouTube, they survive as nerds, weebs, and dorks of fortune. If you have an obsession, if no one else can, and if you can to them, maybe you can hire Indy Force.
The following announcement has been paid for by the Indy Force Podcast.
Y'all niggas wanna do?
Says, I love it when a plan comes together.
Alright, people, we're back. I know it's been God knows how long.
Not long enough.
Yeah, it needs to be longer.
How long has it been? Recollect me. A year, 2 months, 2 days. Help me recollect.
We're
What of a toque? I want to get the fuck out of here.
we're actually in person. This is crazy. We're not behind the fucking screen.
But we still are behind the screen. They're watching.
They're behind the screen. They're watching us.
No, we're behind the screen because they're watching us.
Who's watching us? Who wants to deal with this cancer?
50 plus people, roughly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Each episode.
People are idiots.
Our highest episode.
Congratulations, Case continues to insult the audience.
Yeah.
Next, Casey's gonna say cancer's okay and dead babies are all right.
It's okay to leave your dogs in the car. The Beatles said so.
Wow.
Hey, remember, as they always say, if the toddler's in my face, I get to throw them down the stairs. Right, Case?
Fuck it.
Or look at people in a wheelchair and say, "Hey, first one down the stairs wins, asshole."
No. Oh my God, Wade. Actually, we will probably be talking about that because we actually do have a bunch of shit coming out, so we'll probably get started with that. But as always, the more things change,
the more they stay the same.
The more they stay the same. So if you want to see more of this cancer, Bam! Hit that like button.
Okay.
Hit it. Smash it. Okay?
No.
What?
No!
My head.
No! You are not a fucking copy and paste YouTuber. That's not happening anymore.
What the fuck do you mean?
No, okay? Listen, I am not dealing with another fucking year of you going, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tickle my balls, I don't care.
First off.
No!
No.
I want to
Fuck
see
you!
I want to see you guys in the comment section make a photo of just red hair on James, red nose, white face.
You know what it is? You know what it is?
He already is white face.
Promotion.
Face. Why go to all that trouble? Just post a picture of Donald Trump in the comments.
That's true. Here's the thing.
Or any
the problem with the fact that we did it so often is it was the same fucking thing every time.
Guess
we
what?
need to switch it up. That's
we don't do it at all because we shouldn't have to fucking pander to people in order to ask for them to do something that's pretty simple to do.
I'm just doing what
I think that's pathetic and sad.
Well, I mean, I am pathetic and sad. So it kind of lines in
We
with
don't
my
need them to know that, though.
So I guess
we both
stuttering fuck. We can't get into a new podcast without you fucking it up immediately. Going.
No.
How did I deal with the?
No.
I got an autist and a spastic.
No. First off, he did that because
and
he
an
was
illegal alien.
He was like, "Wait a minute, you're telling me the audience doesn't already know that I'm a sad fuck?"
Exactly. I mean,
that's the reason why he did
it's
that.
an antenna. I figured it out. It fucking extends. Why are you touching? Why are you touching him so much? I'm looking for the signal.
What signal? All I had to do is spread my cheeks.
Whoa!
And on that note, good night, everybody.
This has been Return to the Indy Force. Have a good night, everybody. No. We'll actually talk about some shit.
I got some news.
Go ahead.
Braun Strowman's gone, and I predicted it.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Listen, I got the amount of time wrong, but the number's correct.
3.
Listen. That 3 is still fucking on there. I said 3 years. I was off.
So this will actually.
You're off by years.
Yeah, but you know what? Change years to months, and fucking pretty much on point.
We're gonna talk about. This is gonna be in lines of what content we're gonna be seeing from FTW Productions as a whole. So that's probably going to be the first thing we're going to talk about. This is one of those things, because we recorded a watch-along for WIW Gold Rush.
Because we're self-indulgent pricks.
Exactly. And we wanted to
quote,
give
James is a self-indulgent prick.
Casey's there to lick up the crumbs.
I'm just your hype man.
Yeah,
I'm Mike.
Pretty much.
I just show up.
He does.
But yeah, I usually say comfort James, stay for Mike.
We were doing it. The main reason we were actually doing it was for a behind the scenes. So between,
and that's how it'll stay.
Between highlights, we were talking about Braun Strowman. I don't even know how the fucking topic came up. We were just randomly talking about Braun Strowman. This fucker predicted that Braun Strowman was getting released
in 3 years' time.
In 3 years' time,
I was off by the time.
He got the 3 right. But it was by 3 months. We recorded the Gold Rush watch along.
Dude, I wish that he got released after 3 years. Jesus, 3 months.
Yeah.
Dude,
like,
they got tired of him because of his fucking choo-choo train.
But that's not even his fault. That's Kevin Dunn being an idiot.
Yes, thank you.
What else is new?
Okay, Nikos, hear me out.
What else is old?
Nikos, hear me out, right?
That's the
in reality, if a gentleman can fucking military press a ambulance and then a fucking 16-wheeler,
yeah,
how does anybody stop him with the world heavyweight title naturally?
I can tell you exactly how. Plot convenience.
No, you and I talked about it. You and I with Casey talked about it.
Yeah, I know, but that's
you make it a fucking triple threat match.
Yeah.
Because if he can easily railroad through one person, then how is he going to deal with multiple people at a time?
4-way as well.
It's gonna be the fucking Ed
That's what they mainly did.
Battering ram.
If you really think about it, that's literally Braun Strowman's whole MO. His best matches were in fucking fatal 4-ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he works better in that. You can't have him fight somebody one-on-one because it should just be a squash match.
Actually, honestly, I disagree. He could have. The way they built him up
is impossible.
It's impossible to fucking do.
Imagine day one, the Undertaker strikes the ring with lightning. How the fuck did he not just go, cool, I'm going to get get in the ring, walk out of the ring, and hit my opponent with lightning, walk in, and fucking pin immediately.
No, instead he uses lightning for mind games to confuse his opponents.
Well, you mean he uses pyrotechnics that are staged by the guy in the back.
Oops, did we just spoil wrestling for you?
Or, Mike, as Foreigner might put it, head games.
Pretty much.
Head, mind, games.
Mind and complete.
MIB.
You know damn well eventually this is just going to devolve into fantasy booking at some point.
No, I'd rather not, ever.
No.
I'll tell you right now, Braun's gone. I'm glad that he had his tenure in the company. He did a good job of what he had to do. I will not give the gentleman shit when it comes to his athletic ability because that's all them fucking booking him the way that they did. The guy put on WrestleManias. Done.
Fair. I will say this, though. Sony, if you were interested in making a live-action God of War, Braun Strowman,
Braun would
because of his Halloween costume in 2020, he got that perfect.
He actually... And he got shredded for the fucking part, too. And he wasn't even doing it for Sony, so...
Yeah.
He legitimately could probably...
The only thing is, I would want him to be voice dubbed.
Yeah.
Like a believable voice.
Yeah, get either Chris Judge or T.C. Carson to dub him.
You want
Chris Judge. Yeah, Chris Judge for Strowman now, but if you could find, a different actor to play him as, get T.C. Carson's voice. Yeah, at least try to mix him up there.
Well, the whole thing with Braun is that Braun's fucking stupidly tall, and Kratos kind of isn't that tall. He's not massive.
Yeah.
You gotta put in perspective the time. Never mind. We're going into it.
Yeah, we're going into a whole different conversation here.
This is our fucking show now.
No, I know. It's just I don't want to get into God of War because Nikos and I are going to be doing a fucking nightmare run at some point.
Oh yeah, we are.
That's fair, probably.
God of War.
I still need to start friggin' Norse God of War.
Boys and girls, if you mark it on your calendar at some point, don't know when, Nikos and I are going to be doing the hell run of playing God of War on hard with no New Game Plus items.
And I assume this is on the button mashers that we were debuting at some point.
Yes, we're going to be debuting that very soon.
But before we do that, we're going to do the ultimate challenge that no one, not on YouTube and not on Twitch, has ever thought of completing. Before we do the God of War run, me and Mike have decided to do the ultimate I Am the Night Mode challenge, where we don't play just one, not two, not three, 4 of the Arkham Batman games on the hardest difficulty.
And if they die, they start all the way back at the beginning.
Now, somebody would sit there and say you should do a New Game Plus. It's like, I would, but you know how...
No.
I would, but the issue comes in is that I would literally have to have about 4 save files ready to go on each game.
Yeah,
just to make sure. No. And that takes a lot of prep time, and I'm not going to do it like that. So, hardest difficulty, all 4 games, I die in 1. I start from the beginning all over again. Here's the other bit to the challenge. I don't get to sleep till I beat one of the games.
We will take turns. So he beats one game, I beat the other. He wakes up, he beats the other game. I beat the other. And, oh yeah, another little tidbit that we're doing. No hints. Absolutely no hints. Now, unfortunately, there is one part of the game where we need to use hints just for the detective mode, but that's just like the tutorial area. But everything else, no hints. Not even during the stealth parts. We're not using hints. We're going into this blind. And we have to pray to whatever god we believe in to just cinch our way through without getting killed. Not once.
That's a Button Mashers coming soon. If you're wondering what Button Mashers is, that's going to be our Let's Play series. That's going to be primarily on Casey's channel, so go sub to Casey right now. You want to check that out.
You forgot about a bit, Nikos.
Yeah. Oh.
It's 7 days.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's a continuous stream.
Yay!
No breaks. We start from Monday or Tuesday, whatever day we start, and we end till 6 days later.
How are we going to do this with all of us here? Because it's going to be kind of a pain.
We never said it was going to be here.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So there's going to be... Well, good luck.
It could be an abandoned warehouse with good fucking Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Here, take my phone. It can be a Wi-Fi hotspot.
Jesus.
Sure thing, why not?
We're fucking... We gotta...
We have to.
One of the other things that's going to be debuting on Casey's channel as well as my channel in the full podcast form is the podcast we did with Wade Needham.
Which I'm still shocked that we were able to get an interview with him.
That was awesome. And not only were we able to get an interview with him, this is from Wade's own mouth, so you don't need me to fucking tell this for you. Best podcast he's ever been a part of. That's from his own mouth. So if you guys want to check that out, That'll be on Casey's channel as well.
I still think he was at least halfway blowing smoke up our ass, but
who knows, man?
Hey, as long as we had fun, that's all that matters.
Oh, and we absolutely had a blast. Mike was there for the second and third parts of it, and he could tell you it was probably one of the most fun conversations he's ever had.
Yeah.
I was busy.
Yeah, unfortunately, he was. Wow, there's a couch. Unfortunately for Nikos, he could not make it because of prior commitments.
Yeah, work or but hey, it's all right as long as you guys had fun.
Oh, we had a blast.
Yeah,
that's fine.
So Nintendo's dropping some balls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait. For the most part, yeah. So yeah, Nintendo has been dropping some balls.
Yeah. So Kazuya's in Smash. He's solid. Auditory answer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your entertainment for the night.
What?
Listening to you talk to your dog.
Sorry.
We are not. Hey, dude, we are not entertaining at all.
She's sad. Where's your baby? Where's your baby? Yes, you miss your sister. Yes. She's off getting pregnant. Sorry. You're gonna be without her for a couple of weeks. What are you gonna do when she has babies?
So anyway, Kazuya's in Smash Brothers. He is fucking a god.
Holy shit.
He is unstoppable. He's the best character in the game. You know what's crazy? The CPU is teaching the player base how to actually use this character properly.
Yep.
He is untouchable right now.
And I don't even know how you're actually going to be able to play with him in tournaments. I think we discussed this.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, the I will not sit there and say Smash Brothers players are fucking something else. But I will sit there and say that Smash Brothers tournament players that are fucking cancer are going to say, the other motions character in Smash isn't about motions. What are you talking? We can't do motion. Dude, you know how to do fucking wave dashing. Shut up.
Yeah, right.
It's not a hard concept to go, if you do this direction and punch, you throw a fireball. You do this direction and kick, you do a fucking hurricane kick.
No, it's got to be complicated for him.
The only way I can play this is with my purple custom controller.
I need to have my hex controls.
Give me my GameCube, you bitch. I need to have my chainsaw from Resident Evil 4. I'll have you know that Melee is the best Smash game of all time.
Yeah, I don't think that anymore as soon as this came out.
This is
the biggest roster in the video game ever.
Fuck your tournament scene. Fuck all of that bullshit. This is the best Smash game of all time and all of the installments, period.
Pretty much.
I'm sorry.
This is this roster is solid. We have, to start with just like all the DLC characters, you got Snake and Sonic.
Yep.
Then you have fucking Cloud, Bayonetta, Ryu, Joker, fucking Banjo-Kazooie, Terry Bogard, Cloud,
Monkey.
Like we get so there's so many.
He's not a DLC.
Terry Bogard too.
I just said that.
All right.
There's this roster is stacked.
It's just
and with Kazuya being added to it, you now have misstepping and fucking Tekken 10 strings in Smash Brothers.
Yeah, but that they're gonna see like, hey, he should be banned, and then they're gonna ban him, and then they're gonna fucking ruin it for tournament players because that's what these.
Here's what they should
always do.
Listen,
the minute they see Kazuya in the fucking tournament, they're just like, all right, I'm putting my controller down and I'm leaving.
And then
not fucking with that.
And then on top of that,
the unstoppable Kazuya obliterate.
So on top of that, Nintendo is releasing another console. Guess what it is? Hey kids, did you like the Switch? It's that all over again, but $50 more because it's new, kind of.
Has a slightly better display.
No, it doesn't.
Else.
No, it doesn't. Casey, it's the same fucking thing, but you can now hook up an Ethernet cable to it. That's it. That's Nintendo. That's all they
So
did.
in other
Was
words,
we hooked up an Ethernet cable to it so you can run it online properly. Hey, remember when you could do multiplayer with chat? Yeah, they got rid of that. So guess what? If you want to do like a big call, yeah, get a Discord fucking chat ready to go. If you want to play like Splatoon online, go fuck yourself.
That's what we've been doing anyway.
But you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't fucking have to. If you can get on a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox One and be able to go immediately into a party with up to 10, 15, 20, 30 people online, how the fuck can't Nintendo do it?
They do it with cross-gen with PS4
I'll tell
and
you.
PS5 too.
I'll tell you. They took the Nintendo DS and they made it bigger.
Yep.
That's all they did.
Yep.
It's the same fucking thing again.
Yep.
They haven't made a new original console since the N64.
Yeah.
And the GameCube.
And that's sad.
And the GameCube. Probably the GameCube's the last one, or as I like to call it, the Dreamcast too. Because that library is fucking stacked.
Yeah, it's fucking great. Legendary.
Yeah. Well, let it not be said that all of Nintendo's news is bad.
We talked one good, we talked one bad.
Well, we definitely spent a lot more time on the bad than we did the good.
We spent more time on the good than we did the bad.
Actually, yeah, Casio, dude. We talked a lot of good about Casio.
Yeah.
We just talked shit about the fucking Smash community.
Yeah, because the
Smash community and the new.
If I don't
model
get my
Switch.
broken controller that allows me to do this one thing that could be considered cheating, then I don't want to play the tournament.
I want my melee.
I might have made
Shut up and not you, Mom. Not you, Mom.
I might have made a boo-boo.
Again?
There's Boo Boo.
My wife's a boo-boo.
I don't see no Yogi Bear.
Oh, your Kit Kat's melted.
I might have forgot they were in the car.
Well, put them in the
Burger
freezer.
King bag?
Yeah, put them in the freezer
Oh,
and
I
whack.
put them in the Burger King bag just to carry them.
Yeah, just throw them in the freezer and whack them with a hammer in 2 hours. You'll be fine.
No, you put
Smack them on the granite countertop.
You just
That too.
You put them in the freezer. You wait about an hour. Then you take them. You put them in the fridge, and you wait about 30 minutes. Done.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Hey, you actually learned something here on the Indy Force.
Yeah, we're nothing if not educational.
Did you already eat dinner?
Oh no, that was lunch.
That was for lunch. That was just my box because I
No,
didn't.
that's fine.
James,
my
James.
apologies.
First off, gross that you're showing people your box.
Shut up. Yes. I didn't tell Nikos, but I told these two.
Just saying, James. Pretty
I
gross.
know-
Hey,
I'm
James.
right
She
here.
has your hand. She has her hands all over your box right now. That's pretty gross, dude.
Shut
You should not have your box out
I
in
was
public.
talking about the pizza.
No, it's just it's
You're just nasty.
It's
Thank
just,
you.
Listen, you can't just have your box out in public.
Please.
Shut up!
Nobody
Please.
needs to see your smelly box.
Please,
know
my
you- I
my
didn't know you
neck
had a
can't
thing for
constrict
moms.
enough.
What? We're the ones.
Are you like a rock'em sock'em robot? If I hit you in the right way, your fucking head goes straight up into the air?
No, I turned into a fucking turtle.
Well, that's what happens when you're talking about a box. Huh?
Hey, welcome to
Are
Indy
you about to
Force
lose it
Roast
again?
Hour with James Hebert. Anyway,
Find me a swamp and I'll probably lose it.
okay.
You want your melee? Shut up and take Metroid Dread.
What a segue.
We're finally getting that after 20 years. Metroid 5 is finally happening.
Wouldn't it be 4?
No, it's 5. Fusion was 4.
Was Fusion 4?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
So great.
I
I thought we were supposed to
Lost
get.
my business.
I thought we were supposed to get Prime 4 too.
Prime 4 is still in development. Yes.
Still? That thing was talked about 3 years ago. Well, there goes that.
It's my little dragon with attitude.
There was actually one thing I did want to bring up that actually is kind of related to the Nintendo stuff.
What?
Which is another thing that we are doing for content. Again, we're just free flowing at this point, guys. SMBZ. Casey and I have taken
I
up
will
the...
never say that that's Nintendo. Those
Yeah.
are
No,
those
it's not.
Those are
but-
Nintendo characters, but that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a completely.
Yeah, that's complete. That's absolutely.
And
it.
I want you to hear me right now, Shigeru Miyamoto. If you even fucking touch that, if you even fucking touch that with the lawsuit,
Yeah, right.
oh my god, dude.
You will literally be crucified if you do that.
Like why? Why? Nintendo constantly. I have never met another company that fucks over their fan base harder than Nintendo, besides EA.
Bethesda.
Konami too.
Yeah, but here's the thing: what has Konami made in years? Exactly. Have they really fucked their fan base or just starved them?
They fucked their Yu-Gi-Oh fan base by making a bunch of complicated cards only to ban them.
Okay, but that's just it. What about the rest of the games?
James, I want you to realize that Yu-Gi-Oh! On the pedestal of like their big properties is really low on the pedestal.
Yeah.
On the run, baby. You're not in trouble.
Comparing games like, I don't know, Metal Gear Solid, for instance.
Castlevania.
True.
Like the really good titles. Contra.
True. But
like Konami's the only one that's done that? Hey, Nintendo, does the name F-Zero ring any bells? Where the hell has that been?
Dead in the water for the past, 25 years?
By their own choice.
By their own choice. Well, it's because here's what they're going to say. Well, we don't see in the current market the ability to make a game that would be that free-flowing for the audience. Dude, it's not for a massive audience, it's for a very niche fan base that wants it.
And not to mention, we're friggin' inundated with racing simulators anyway. Bring back F-Zero! Bring back Extreme G! Shake shit up!
No, they don't want to.
Nope, because what you need, Case, is Breath of the Wild 2.
Which I am admittedly hyped for.
Listen, it's just... I'm going to tell you exactly what Breath of the Wild is going to be, really quick. Ready? You didn't actually kill Ganon. You killed an avatar of Ganon that he created. You're going to fight real Ganon, and you're going to use a brand new thing, which is your fucking crazy electronic techno arm.
Again?
You're going to fight Ganon with the techno arm.
Yeah, it's...
In the same system again.
It's Breath of the Wild Majora's Mask.
Which I can't complain.
Exactly. No, I'm just pointing it out. It's like, but that's the whole thing, that Nintendo makes literally the same game every time.
So the fact that what you're saying,
also kind of like what they're doing.
The fact that they're not doing F-Zero is stupid.
That's just the same.
They should be able to do it just by default if they're making the same game every game with Zelda.
It shouldn't be that hard to make an F-Zero game nowadays.
It really shouldn't.
No.
They started it on the fucking SNES. They made it all the way up to the GameCube.
Yeah. Now that being said, I'm super glad Cruisin's back. We're getting Cruisin' Blast on Switch Online, I believe it is.
Yeah, but even then, it's like, it's not a real official release. It's not a big game release, so it's not going to get the amount of attention that's needed.
Yeah.
Here's the issue, and here's my issue with Nintendo and this marketing scheme. They push titles that they really want to push, and all the other products that people really enjoy and want to see come back. Same issue with Capcom, by the way. They is we might not. Sorry.
Like Mega Man for years.
Dude, Metroid itself for years.
Yeah.
Tomorrow will be an interesting day.
Why you didn't like Other M?
The baby.
The baby?
The baby.
Hey, how about the fact that Samus... that bitch needs a purse. Alright? She's constantly losing her
Especially in that game.
She constantly loses her fucking power-ups in every single game, and I swear to God, she needs a purse. I've never met another woman that loses her shit more than Samus Aran. Every fucking game, she loses her shit.
I mean, in fairness,
That being said, how come the Belmonts don't just go, okay, here's the Holy Cross, go have fun? Why don't you immediately give him the Holy Cross to go fight Dracula?
Because that would be too easy.
Yeah, you wouldn't have a game then.
Because
I'm just saying.
Plot convenience.
My ass.
So, looking to enter the realm of plot convenience, eh?
Yes, be careful.
I see many a traveler enter, and they get confused.
But wait, Nikos. Smash Brothers, Smash Brothers, Smash Brothers. Wait a minute. Is there a Smash-like game coming out?
Ooh.
That's 5 times better than what Smash is doing?
I don't know about that.
James, we need... Right now, you're telling me you don't want to play Avatar Aang fucking people?
Oh, yeah, but, I mean, come on. I would like to play as Kazuya and Aang. That would be a dream.
Okay, first off...
different properties.
No. Yes, first off, stop making your fan rosters. People,
this isn't fantasy booking. This is Indy Force right now.
Okay.
Stop making your... I want to see fucking Sora show up in Smash Brothers. Why?
No.
I want to see Avatar Aang show up in Smash.
Actually, no. That's the one.
I want to see Goku show up in Smash Brothers.
I want to make...
You got him. His name's fucking Lucario. Deal with it.
Thank you. That's another thing. I don't want Sora in Smash. And for those who keep asking for Sora in Smash, you will never get him
So deal with it, you stupid marks for Sora and Kingdom Hearts.
Well, here's the thing.
I like that the dirty, disgusting Mark is calling people out for being disgusting marks.
It takes a dirty, disgusting Mark to know what a dirty, disgusting Mark.
It takes a dirty, disgusting Mark to know everything you have to go, right?
No. You've entered the realm of stuttering, you best be careful.
You stuttering prick. Many people stutter, none of them return.
But anyway.
By the way, if that waitress from Jake and Joe sees this, I'm sorry, that was not intentional.
Yes, it was.
Casey, that was 2 years ago! That was 2 years ago!
Why did you have to bring it up? You were in the clear, bro. You just brought yourself out to the public.
Because I have nothing to hide.
Casey, do you really think that she's gonna, if you showed up tomorrow, she would go, oh yeah, you, the guy that stuttered when he walked in? I highly doubt. Do you know how often she probably got that type of treatment because she was very attractive?
Probably more often than I'd like to admit.
More than you think and less than you know.
You know, you say that, but next time we go to a Jake and Joe's, it's like,
I would fucking lose it.
I would lose it.
I will tell you right now, Casey, if we're going there tonight. I don't give a shit. After this, we're going there tonight. Game over.
We're going there?
We're going there tonight. I'll pay.
Why not?
You'll see Connor. He'll give you her name.
If she's still there, that is.
Well, ask him.
What is...
Connor will tell you.
You're gonna go in, and if we get the same waitress again, just saying, I don't care what I have to do, I will throw as many glasses on the ground in order for you to get her number.
And I will be there to scream.
I will fucking put myself through a table.
Casey, for you,
Okay,
I'll catch you when I cut her.
Casey, for you, I will start a Greek dance for you by smashing all the plates on the floor while
That's Russian, but I don't care. What?
If you make it so I can't go into my favorite restaurant again, I'll kill you.
Let's fucking do it.
Don't kill me, kill
Boys,
them.
Hey, we know.
Boys, the objective has been found.
Should we bring it up?
We will stop at nothing.
We will literally buy shirts with your mom's face on it just to say this is the woman that told us to do it.
Oh man, that will go over well in my household.
Oh,
No. You know what? Isn't your
Connor would
mom's,
buy it.
you know what isn't your mom's favorite?
She told me to do
restaurant though. Should we bring it up?
What?
Her least favorite restaurant?
No,
Casey's
James, do we
Oh God, the freaking
James, we don't need to bring that up.
Wendy's?
It's
I still love Wendy's. I just don't go to that one.
yeah. We don't. Oh yeah. All right, that's fair. Okay. Let's. No, come back. Come back.
Go to Wendy's.
No, don't go to Wendy's.
All right, now I got all.
At least not without Mom.
I got all this fucking leg room right here.
No, Mike, come back.
No, he's gone.
Come back. We need you.
I'm the new Mike now.
You're the funniest out of all of us. We're doomed without you.
Oh God, there goes his ego.
And that's the one that gets him to come back in.
I heard what you were saying.
You went back and shut the door. Alright, come back. Okay.
Fucking tell me what to do.
So, no, but yes.
I'm
back
coming,
to your
Chad! I'm coming!
Back to your Nickelodeon.
No.
Back to your Nickelodeon Smash game. Or a Nickelodeon Smash Light game.
Yeah, so, we're getting some great characters. Well, some are great.
Powdered Toast Man.
Nigel, Thornberry. We got the gang, SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy, which I'm fine with. I don't really see why
nothing matters more than getting Reptar combos.
It's kind of weird them putting in characters from the Loud House, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, but you know what? That's current and it's popular.
It was popular to whom?
To kids.
To
kids nowadays.
Yeah, to nowadays kids.
Listen, we exist in a different microcosm universe where Ed and Eddie is still the greatest show of all time for no fucking reason.
Fair.
No reason at all. It's just it's good.
Because
fair.
Because of Ed, mainly Ed.
No, it's the gang. It's that entire cul-de-sac of people.
Yep.
And the first scene in Fade to Black.
When did you finally get to watch that? When you were like 16 when I wasn't looking?
Try...
Let's say 18.
Try 20. I was going to say 15.
Yeah, at your grandmother's house? When I wasn't looking? Because that was the stupidest show ever created.
Oh, don't even give me that! You grew up with He-Man! Don't even give me shit!
I have the power of plot convenience!
The Pizza He-Man!
Remember the time that He-Man fucking had a broken chain in his hand, and he grabs both of the pieces of chain and holds it together, and it magically just mends? No reason how it happens. He just does it because of 80s plot convenience.
You grew up with He-Man. You don't get to give me shit.
Dude. Hey, Ed, and Eddie, in fairness, was supposed to be stupid, and we accept that, okay?
Yeah, I put them up there with Beavis and Butthead, too.
Yeah, that's fair.
I love Beavis and Butthead.
We all love Beavis and Butthead. Anyway,
So anyway, we're going to be talking about Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. You ready to talk about Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl?
I am!
Shut up, Nico.
I'm not
in your segment.
I'm not here right now. I'm fucking...
No, continue. Go ahead.
Oh, now it's my turn?
Go ahead.
So, yeah, we're getting some...
So anyway, that was a great story.
Are you gonna let fucking Frankenstein tell you what? Really? You know,
Okay,
tell the guy that decided to shave off
Frankensteiner man.
Frankensteiner man?
That's
Is he the guy that sells Steiner recliners?
No, but James's
I'm not Frankenstein.
No, but James's forehead looks like I took a Steiner line to the fucking temple.
I shit in the VHS.
Okay.
So originally we were going to talk about this on open mic night, but I just forgot. So, Mike, boys, what do you say who's going to be in the Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl roster?
I don't care. I don't care. I'm probably still not going to buy it.
Yeah, probably. Same.
Because we know that Aang has to be in it.
We know Aang, yeah.
Listen, if I don't get Aang and Uncle Iroh to give me a fucking haiku while kicking my ass, I don't care.
Yeah.
But you know what? It'll probably be good.
It'll probably be good.
With the inclusion of Hugh Neutron, he would be the best character in the entire game. His moveset is ungodly.
Yeah, because
Looks
then he
like
can...
you're going to the Shadow Realm, Jimbo.
Hey, Jimbo, I was once sat on a banana, and it changed my life forever.
Oh, boy.
And if you are bringing in Hugh Neutron, bring in Timmy's dad.
Can we get
those two at it would break the game.
Can we please see two drunk dads fight at Little League game levels of dumb shit? Please?
Hey, at least we're not getting the Rugrats in the game. Oh god, that'd be
We did. We just called Reptar.
I mean, Reptar, sure, but the rest of the kids... Oh yeah, sure, that's a lawsuit.
Now if they were...
Let's do fucking stash combos to toddlers.
I kind of want Mr. Krabs in there.
He's not going to go in.
If anything, he'll likely be an assist trophy.
Probably.
Now, a dishonorable mention would be to bring in fucking Fanboy and Chum Chum. For those of you who still consider that show the greatest, you are really fucking poor.
Was Cat Dog Nickelodeon?
Yes. It was. Do you know what also was fucking Nickelodeon?
The Amazing World of Gumball. Or was that Cartoon Network?
That was Cartoon Network, but I'm thinking of Rango.
What's Rango? Is it good?
It's the little iguana who thinks he's a cowboy.
He's not an iguana.
It's a fucking lizard.
I know what that is.
He's a salamander. Actually, is he?
I think he's a chameleon.
Oh yes, chameleon. Sorry.
But incorrect. The only salamander I know is Papa Franku. I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding.
I hope you find a real job.
One day, I hope you fall asleep so I can shave off your eyebrows and that's it.
No, please.
I want to shave off...
you're gonna turn him into paint from the wall?
No. I'm gonna shave off his eyebrows and his mustache and just leave the bottom bit of the beard. And then specifically shave it in a way that makes it look like that he's got a fucking road on his face.
Jesus Christ.
Get wrecked.
Other characters that should be considering to join the game, Kung Fu Panda, because yes, there was a fucking Nickelodeon show on Kung Fu Panda.
Where Poe, I believe, is voiced by Mick Wingert?
Yeah.
If it's not Jack Black, I don't care.
Were the penguins from Madagascar on Cartoon Network or
it would Nickelodeon?
Yep. That would be cool.
They're just gonna bring in Ren and Stimpy and leave it alone. No, they won't. That show's so dirty.
No, bring in Rocco from Rocco's Modern World.
Yeah. Just to remind you really quick, because it's really fucking important. There is an episode of that show where he is a fucking adult sex line worker.
That is true.
I want you to remember that. Never forget that Rocco once was a whore.
Dude, the guy pretty much had sex with his neighbor frog next door. So yeah,
I do.
Fucking weird
Now,
sentence.
as much I don't mean to like dim your hype down like at all, but there's a reason I have to bring this up because there's a point to this that I'm gonna make.
Nickelodeon is copying a fucking Cartoon Network thing from the early 2000s. Mid 2000s.
PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale.
Yeah, incorrect. Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network did it first.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cartoon Network already did one first. What playable characters are fucking Ghost, Space Ghost.
Oh right, can't you play as Dexter in that?
And Captain Planet, yes.
Yep. So the reason I bring this up is
and we gotta go farther than that because Shrek did it first.
Yep.
Right.
Trumpet combo.
They already took a formula that worked before, and the reason why I say they took this formula is Nick's probably gonna fuck it up, unfortunately. I say that because they fucked up a fucking football game. How do you do that? We haven't actually talked about it on the show, and that's why I bring it up.
First of all,
it's fucking
what the fuck are you
First of all,
talking about?
Nickelodeon, I don't think is developing this in house.
Oh, okay.
And second,
that may change things then.
Second, all it is at this point is getting the IPs, which is
good. All right, fair then. If they can, as long as it plays like Brawl and it's smooth.
I mean, all they need to do is just bring in the characters.
I get scared because after seeing that football game, I get nightmares.
Also, other characters they should bring in. I know they brought in Danny Phantom, but if you got Danny, you gotta bring in Vlad Plasmus and Evil Danny from like the future version of Danny Phantom when he's evil.
The fucking elsewhere version of Danny.
The best version of Danny Phantom.
American Dragon 2.
Jake Long.
Wait, was that a Nickelodeon product? I thought it was a Disney product.
No, it's Disney.
It is Disney.
Yeah, it is Disney.
You gotta have some patience.
If Disney did one of these, oh wait, they already did. It was called fucking Disney Infinity, and it
bombed.
It did bomb.
Hey, that's
within a year, it bombed. They did all this shit, and then it bombed.
Hey, Mike, that's not the only Infinite that bombed. Am I right?
Don't
bring me these. I hope you know that there's a Let's Play of that in the future.
What?
Yeah.
Seriously?
No.
Oh yeah.
No, please.
Oh yes, we are.
Please give me 3. I'll take 3.
Oh no,
I'll
no,
take
we're
any
going.
of them.
No, we're going through.
No,
we're going through all of them, James.
I don't want to play Infinite.
Don't you want to?
Sucks ass.
You don't want to play Marvel, baby? We're playing Marvel, baby.
You want to learn how to do an Infinite?
We're gonna do a fucking Infinite. Fuck the Knicks.
It's Marvel, baby. It's Marvel, baby.
Oh, he's so Pringles.
Where your curly mustache at?
Fuck the Knicks.
Omega Center. I love that most of you guys now know just to quote IFC Yipes done.
Yeah,
pretty much.
You want to know Marvel? Done. Just quote IFC Yipes.
We should but no. So there are actually other Smash games that have been.
By the way,
Smash
but really quick, Infinite, not a bad game, just a terrible story mode. When it comes to gameplay, it's not terrible.
Yeah.
But okay.
It's just not Marvel 3.
They still use rollback netcode, which makes no sense at all.
Casey, you're supposed to use rollback netcode.
Nobody told Iron Galaxy that.
And Iron Galaxy is the premier studio that used rollback netcode.
Did they?
As he goes, wow, I'm a fucking idiot.
Well, I mean, that was already known.
So, they've done other Smash-inspired games. I think there was one where, for some reason, they had like this weird one in Japan. I don't even know how I remember this, but it had like Dragon Ball, Naruto, and One Piece.
I'm pretty sure that was a crossover anime episode.
No, that was a game. Like, I think it was just a Japan-released game, and it was those characters.
No,
it was like a brawl.
I hate to tell you, good sir, you're thinking of Super Smash Flash.
No, it definitely wasn't.
No.
This was like a full-on. I remember this vivid as day. I just don't remember the title.
I don't think that it existed.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it does. I've seen gameplay that, fucking full-on 3D models. That's how I know it wasn't Smash Flash. It was fucking.
Speaking of anime games, thank you for the segue.
Go ahead.
Jump Force. It's okay.
Don't know.
I'll be right back. I gotta take this.
Why? Who's calling?
That's my old man.
So yeah, Jump Force. I remember we used to give that shit a while ago. At least when it came out because of the
disastrous.
Yeah, the disastrous opening release was just
Okay, honestly, I'll probably
didn't do that great. So yeah, what would you say about how it started? I know when it started, it just was disastrous.
Okay, so here's how I'll describe it. And you gotta kind of be into this type of fighting game to get into Jump Force. And it looks good. Jump Force looks very good. It looks solid.
I wouldn't know, honestly.
It looks really good. The 3D models look fantastic. Everybody looks like they're from their proper anime influence.
So this is like a full-on kind of Funimation, or
yes, yeah.
Right,
Jump Force is Funimation.
Nice. I kind of want to play it now.
Jump Force is all the Shonen Jump mangas put into one game.
Sweet.
A 3v3 arena fighter.
Oh, so like Marvel vs. Capcom.
Not at all.
Except you share a life bar?
Yeah.
It's a little weird. It takes a while to get used to the controls. I'm still figuring shit out.
Yeah.
But the supers, I'm going to probably say most of them are 5 out of 10s. Mm-hmm. There's an issue with this game that's hard to describe. It's no impact. Moves do not have the proper impact.
Yeah, that's a problem.
That's
a Brawlhalla problem.
No, Brawlhalla is just fucking garbage. And if you like it, I'm sorry. You need to get your head checked.
Hi, Deji. How you doing?
You should. It's not a game.
Yeah.
It is garbage smash.
But you know why he plays it? It's because it's the only thing he can fucking win at.
Yeah,
and he beats his fucking girlfriend in it all the time.
Yeah, because
I don't get.
Because he's sex balls.
Yeah.
Because he's fucking trash.
And then he fucking insults his own girlfriend.
Because he's trash. No, it's just because he's trash. Yeah. But it's alright. I'm thinking of getting the rest of the DLC, so it's like the game only cost me about $22 altogether. Ooh. And that gave me all the first run DLC. I'm going to be getting the second one soon.
We will be right back with the Indy Force Podcast, right after these commercial messages.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Indy Force fans of all ages. I am Luke Lynch, Commander of the Legion, and if you have not already, check out my adventure vlog series over on my channel. Grant you, it's not the most often updated series. It's definitely far from frequently updated. But when it is updated, it's good times, geeky, nerdy, and fun times all around with cool geeks from all walks of life. For example, YouTubers, content creators, Twitch streamers, you name it, I've got it, all on The Adventures of Luke Lynch, which you can find on my channel. Subscribe, like, comment, watch, share, do the whole thing under the umbrella of For the Win Productions. Future James, take it away with that outro.
Do you think you have what it takes to cut the greatest promo in professional wrestling history? Step through the ropes, pick a gimmick, and know your role. The Ring Scoops Wrestling card game is the ultimate pro wrestling fan party game. Draw cards at random, use your creativity, and cut a promo on your opponent while the audience cheers. The Ring Scoops card game.
Available now.
A table from hell with the Psycho Asylum. An Iron Man match of factorial proportions. Man.
In this fight, I will melt you down to slag.
Versus machine.
I calculate a 0.85% chance that you will win in your current condition.
All metal mayhem. Calling Horizon.
When you throw me into the wolves, I will return leading the pack.
Vera McGarden.
And I'll do anything to be the warrior on top.
For the Athena title. Best friends turned bitter rivals. Johnny Starr.
Don't get in the way of the star or you'll get burned.
James, the Archangel.
I'm the real star of this brand.
For the international title. The Outsider, Mark Young. The Executioner, Michael X. For the WYW World Heavyweight title. 2 out of 3 fall.
Inside. In a hell in a cell.
WYW Immortal. Now available on YouTube.
A wrestling podcast, yeah. Nobody else could do it like us. Future of wrestling podcast. Nobody else could do it like us, yeah. Who could really run this podcast? Nobody here could do it like us, yeah. Who is here can run this podcast. Nobody here can do it like us. We take WWE 2K, make it a wrestling show. The commentary added, man, it's best you know. Nobody can take it better than us. Nobody can ever do it, it's tough. If you wanna listen to the best, nothing else you got, yes. Recognize the time that we on, this is the time we respond. If you listen to the future of the wrestling podcast, understand that we on. Every debate, every commentary, just to make the status rapping loud and clear. I don't think you really talking, you aware that nobody feel you'll ever be there. And if you talking with...
But then he ended up joining WCW and the Alliance. Because when people think WCW, they think of the guy that basically helped WWF win the war, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Eric Bischoff, Uncle Bischoff, doesn't like his nephew Eugene. And we got Coach in Ohio, sporting Michigan-colored you. That pissed me off.
Don't even get me started on Tony Storm crying. Oh, she cried. And the glass shatters. He opens the door. And off we go. Brawl ensues. They go all the way towards the Dipping Dots section where Cody dumps his Jericho's head in the Dipping Dots.
Next was Best Friends getting interviewed. And
somewhere Jim Cornette had a conniption fit. I got a ticket! I got a ticket!
Get out of here!
You don't mess
with
me!
Get out of here!
I have a ticket!
And literally, security and the police escort the Nightmare family off the premises.
MJF says, how you looking now, midlife, Chris?
Do to get by, cause I keep ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me.
Hibiki TMD on YouTube, retro gaming, pro wrestling, podcast, Terry Bollea, Hibiki Honors, Hibiki Quickie, everything in between. Hit that subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at the Hibiki TMD. And hey! Watch out for pedestrians, pal! You on the bike! Slow down!
Hit that subscribe down below. Check us out at the Hibiki TMD on Twitter, Hibiki TMD on YouTube. Oh, the goddamn goodness.
If you like the content that you saw today, make sure you check out For the Win Productions and subscribe to the affiliates of this conglomerate. A Simple Man Studios, Insanity Works Studios, Genelee's Beauty Slam, J. Hebert Studios, Wrestling Fortune 44 Incorporated, Owen the Talkinator Studios, and of course, Weymouth Youth Wrestling. All in the J. Hebert Side 95 modules. Subscribe today.
We now return you to the Indy Force Podcast.
I hate Naruto. In general.
You are in the same boat with us, man.
He is one of 3 characters that you can learn under. I immediately picked Goku because I don't care about Luffy and I don't care about
If I was forced to pick one or the other and not Goku, it would be fucking Luffy. I would never ever. You would never catch me dead training with Naruto in any simulation whatsoever.
He's busted.
Yeah. Not to mention, he's a fucking annoying. In every sense of the word. As a character. Nobody likes him.
When are we going to do the anime review? Because I've watched all of it, all the way up to Boruto.
Have fun.
Yeah.
I'm good.
But hey, at least we're not...
Watch one.
Hey, at least we're not playing fucking Ichigo Kurosaki.
I actually like Ichigo. To be honest,
I liked Bleach pre-Soul Society.
Yeah.
As soon as they get to the Soul Society, I'm like, it gets all mucked.
That's what I tuned out. That's for damn
See, you know what needs more representation, though?
Go for it.
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah.
Dude, being able to go like this with your hand and shoot a ball of energy out of it is badass, dude.
I feel like...
And it's the only anime that can work in Dragon Ball because they operate under the same idea of ki.
Right.
Spiritual energy.
I have to ask, they're probably never going to do this, but is Hellsing at all going to be in the game?
James, you cannot have that character in any other property.
You cannot.
Like, James...
Because he's too fucking OP.
He is... Okay, we're talking about Vlad Tepes, Dracula, and all of the ridiculous powers and bullshit that go with that character's origin.
Yep.
Like, all of it.
Yep.
Turning into bats, the only thing that can kill him is literally a piece of holy, like a holy object. Like, he's got some bullshit. Some impossible level fucking stuff to deal with. You can't put him in a game like that. That being said, there is a mod for Max Payne 2 to play as him.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's super solid. You get Jacqueline Cassul and they do so much damage. They're like instant, like one-shot weapons, which is super sick.
That's fair.
But it's just, Jump Force is alright.
Cool.
It's alright. I would not sit there and say spend the $117 price tag for everything on the first go. Get the $22.78 fucking edition that's on the Xbox store, because that's relatively cheap.
Mm-hmm.
And then get the $11.79 fucking DLC after that. Because then you're spending less than like $40 altogether.
So there you go. If you want to play it, play it. Speaking of anime, I've been binge watching. For some reason, I got back into the Yu-Gi-Oh craze. For some reason, like I was just in one of my binge modes, so I was watching the original Yu-Gi-Oh, and I come across like a recommended thing, and I discover Little Kuribo and the Yu-Gi-Oh abridged. I thought,
oh, that's old.
Yeah, that is ancient.
I'm a fucking fossil. I discover shit late. But I literally discovered this, and I'm dead ass telling you, I have never laughed so hard in my life.
I don't think it's that funny.
There are moments.
There are moments that are relatively good, but I don't know. I feel like it as a series, it's like it's a ball throw a lot of the time.
I think
a lot of the jokes don't really make sense unless you played the fucking actual card game.
No, to me, even if you haven't played the card game, it all makes sense when you actually learn the main plot of why they're making fun of it. Is why is the entire world relying on a children's card game?
That's the thing? Cool. So really quick, let's talk about Pokemon for 2 seconds. Why would you let your child go near a goddamn Charizard? And how come it's still not classified as a dragon?
Oof.
How is a Charizard not a dragon? The literal distinction.
He's a fire type, right?
He's a flying fire type, but not a dragon type. How the fuck does that make sense?
I think the way they tried to justify it was they call him a wyvern, not a full-on dragon.
Okay, well here's the issue with him being a wyvern. He has 4 limbs and wings.
With wyverns...
Wyverns have 2 limbs and wings.
Yeah.
He's a fucking dragon.
Yep.
Here's another question.
He shoots fire out of his mouth and he can fly. He's a fucking dragon.
Here's another question that has yet to be answered. How strong is fucking Ash?
Ash isn't strong at all. He has Pokemon that are out of this world.
Just to let you know, Case, he lifts up a Pokemon that weighs the equivalent of a white dwarf star in its weight, with 2 hands, yeah. like this, like cupping it. He does that.
The fact that Mewtwo was able to have a force field because Ash was trying to run hands with him, kind of lets you know just on 2 perspectives. Some people think, oh wow, Mewtwo needs a force field with Ash. Well, come to think of it, do you know how many Pokemon Ash has held that are heavier than Mewtwo?
Mewtwo? What are you cloning Meowth now?
Yeah. He's pretty fucking strong.
Yeah.
For a little kid that never ages, he's a monster.
Yeah, I can't stand Pokemon for that for some reason. It's just so obvious that he doesn't ever age.
The only cool thing about Pokemon are the actual Pokemon themselves. Like Incineroar.
Oh, dude, Incineroar is freaking amazing.
But the anime itself, oh my god, does it not follow the rules of the actual game whatsoever?
No. Same with Yu-Gi-Oh! It's the same thing.
Yeah, but
they screw the rules all the time.
Here's the one thing that the anime for Yu-Gi-Oh! Does that's really interesting and cool.
Yeah, go for it.
You get to see the card designs as 3D models.
That's
as well as full-on drawings that look like they're 3D, etched.
Nothing will ever beat the Egyptian god when they brought those fucking cards.
Which is the coolest transformation?
Oh my god!
I'll tell you which card is my favorite.
Appear in this shadow game as I call your name.
Wing Dragon of Ra!
I have to disagree.
American Stars card. Bro.
I have to disagree, dude.
Oh, you an Obelisk guy?
Oh, Obelisk the fucking Tormentor? Yeah.
I'm actually a Slifer guy, believe it or not.
What, the Sky Dragon?
Yeah,
oh, dude, I personally would not go with Slifer because as soon as somebody plays Revival Jam, you're screwed.
Revival Jam, you think that's the only thing? How about card destruction? You're fucked.
I use Pot of Greed, and then I use Pot of Greed. Wait, I use Pot of Greed.
No, alright, here's another dumb thing that the Abridged pointed out, and it's so fucking true. I draw Pot of Greed. This card allows me to draw 2 cards from my hand.
I then draw Pot of Greed.
This card allows me to draw 2 cards from my hand. At some point, I'm just waiting for, like, Senno Kaiba and the actual dub to just be like, do we really have to explain this every single time we play this fucking card?
Yeah,
I'm still waiting. Why? I think the kids kind of get how this card works at this point. You've repeated it enough times. I don't get it. Anyway, but yeah, no, I like my Abridged. There's probably a Pokemon Abridged.
There might be. I don't know.
I would actually be.
I will say this: Obelisk does look like something out of Dark Souls.
He is totally a berserk monster.
Yeah,
like 100%. Obelisk the Tormentor looks like a berserk monster, but the coolest card of all time is
He looks like a giant summon skull, but like with an actual body.
He has arms and legs.
Yeah,
which is terrifying because he throws punches.
Yeah.
Dude throws hands.
Dude,
the Exodia or Obelisk?
Obelisk.
Exodia doesn't need to throw hands because all he's got to do is giant ball, and that literally kills everything on the field.
Is the second most broken card if you go by the anime.
If you go by the anime, he's busted because he's Kaiba's card.
All you literally have to do in order to win the duel, if you don't have Exodia and you have Obelisk, all you have to do is have 2 monsters on your field while Obelisk is on the field. And you just discard those monsters to the graveyard, and his power becomes infinite.
Yep.
You're fucked. You're dead.
I love him.
You are so dead.
Dude, you know how often I wish they kept that rule? He's literally unstoppable. If you have this card, he's fucking... You know what's crazy? He's my first card I ever had in my original Yu-Gi-Oh collection.
Dude, I had all 3.
When I opened up the pack and I went through like the actual first pack I ever opened, he was the last card in the back.
It
was the hallway.
It didn't actually have a description of his effect, right?
Ooh.
It didn't have a description of his effect, right? On the actual card, you had the blue fucking card thing, right?
You know what?
I
could show you the card.
Yeah.
The card of
this
cards.
is fucking amazing. I had all 3. I still have all 3. I don't know where the fuck my Yu-Gi-Oh!
I hate the new designs.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I hate these new cards. I just no.
Something
about the original of how it looks just looks nicer.
Yeah.
It's well, the weird thing is they kind of kept the tint for a Slifer. They also kind of kept the tint for Raw, but they didn't give Obelisk the blue fucking card. I guess because they didn't. You know what it is?
Warhammer.
I guarantee this is probably what it
so
is.
So Pot of Greed, and then Obelisk the Tormentor, and then I just keep discarding and keep putting more Pot of Greed in my hand.
Yeah, pretty much. Well,
to the point where you deck yourself.
There's actually a whole.
You better punch yourself in the mouth because that's how your life points are going to be gone.
There's actually like a whole Greed series out there, but anyway.
I know it's ridiculous.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Dude, you and I used to play competitively.
Yeah, no shit.
I was terrible at it because
I was fucking. What are you?
Because
talking
I only
about?
follow the rules of the anime.
Yeah, you mean the only way that any fucking person should play because that's what makes it fun.
Yeah, literally. As soon as you go past that and you start doing other like retarded ass rules, it's like you can only have 5 cards in your hand at a time. Screw that! I want as many cards. I want to be able to play fucking opposite Uno.
As I said, I stopped. I
oh my god, that's literally what it is.
Put more fucking cards in my hand. I summon everything.
Screw it! I just draw my entire deck.
I throw the deck at you.
The minute they started doing the synchro summon, I tuned out because I'm just like.
Am I the only one that, as a kid, when the first time you ever saw the deck, like the actual layout that they had, that thing totally looked like a weapon?
Yeah, it did.
The dual disc?
The dual disc?
Kaiba's dual disc,
like,
yeah.
That looks like a goddamn, like, glaive that you attach to... It's a Predator weapon.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's a shield.
I mean, it's by Seno Kaiba, so what the hell do you expect?
By the way, played him in Jump Force. It's fucking nuts.
I want to play him.
They actually summon the cards, which become real and fight.
Oh, dude.
It's badass.
Fucking awesome. They do the same thing in Duel Links, too.
As they should.
Fucking, it's just so cool that they actually do
I want to see them actually fight with these crazy guys.
For those who don't know what Duel Links is, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links is basically a fucking mobile game.
It's Hearthstone.
Yeah. I would probably say that the reason why they didn't fucking keep the same blue tint, though, for Obelisk is because they're probably thinking if people are playing competitively, they don't want to confuse with a fucking ritual summon for some reason.
But you know what, though? That makes it way easier when it's in your hand.
Yeah,
because
true.
Ritual Summon can automatically feed Obelisk to Tormentor and make him fucking invincible immediately.
True.
I'm just saying,
that's a fair shout.
I'm just saying, man. It's
Although that would be busted as hell.
Of course, but you know what, though? I'll always say this. If you can make a deck that immediately... Like, the first card you draw is crazy and automatically can give you an edge, it's fair.
Yep.
Because that's your deck. If you have the entire original series, good.
The problem, I think, Konami struggled with when it came to Yu-Gi-Oh! I think it's kind of the same thing when it comes to the Smash Brothers players, really. In a different way. Where you had all these butthurt motherfuckers that are like...
That are getting their asses wrecked because everybody has...
So they're like, you gotta ban you can't too OP. They banned Pot of Greed for fuck's sake because you get to only draw 2 cards with no consequence. Despite it being the most iconic fucking card ever in the fucking anime.
Don't forget about
Karibo would like to speak to you.
That's fair. Actually,
don't forget about the fact that they tried to originally get rid of Exodia and saying Exodia should be banned from play. I'm like, no, it's the immediate
Dude, there was so much outrage, including by my father, who actually played competitively.
It's the immediate. It is the equivalent of the fucking queen sacrifice in chess.
Yep.
You immediately sacrifice your queen. Done. You have this big crazy move that you can do now.
Yep. It's just. At this point, the only way you can really play, and I actually showed Casey a little bit of this.
I'm a fucking dork that I just used chess with, like...
The Queen's Gambit.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, this podcast is still for nerds, weebs, and dorks of fortune. But, I mean, that hasn't
changed. Cannot wait to make that into a shirt.
I would love to. For the record, right, when it comes to that, I forget the fucking point I was trying to make now.
You showed me something.
Right. I showed him dueling, or some live duels. The only way you can really like anything about current Yu-Gi-Oh! Is when you get voice actors from the different series to come in and actually voice act the characters and script a duel during these fucking Comic-Con events and all that. That's the only time it's fucking exciting anymore. Because
when you, like... Magic the Gathering is a very niche game, and the people that play it are very good at it. They are very
right,
good. Yeah. But they know
same with Yu-Gi-Oh players.
They know exactly.
That's no slide on them.
They know exactly what they're playing, and that's fine. And they're not expecting people to get into Magic the Gathering because it's a very hard game to get into, especially when it comes to the amount of rarities and cards and shit like that. Same thing with Hearthstone.
Right.
Hearthstone takes a while to get into, but Yu-Gi-Oh has the issue of the fucking art is amazing on Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh my god, yes.
Right. Pretty solid. Same thing with Magic the Gathering and same thing with Hearthstone. The art is fantastic. But Yu-Gi-Oh has this fucking design that it's easy to do as an anime, but goddamn can Konami just not do it properly.
No.
Yeah, it's like they take something that works and then they kind of just screw with it because... I don't even know. It's like they're afraid to make something OP anymore because all these fucking players.
But listen, I will always say there should be a broken card or character in anything.
Literally,
there should be a character who's really good. Why? So you can learn how to beat that character.
You can have the most broken deck, and I have my dad's broken ass deck, right? And so this is what we did when I used to go to Tom's house all the time. We played by house rules or anime rules, right? So, we basically said, fuck the fucking competitive rules. Just go in there, have a blast, have fun. No. What? What happened?
So you're saying that you put your dad's deck in your hand?
Oh, fuck off. So no, I used my dad's
It's a broken ass deck too?
It was like, it had fucking Exodia in it.
Is it curved?
Shut the fuck up. So no, we were playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And we went by the anime rules. And I was like, Tom was like, why are you going by the anime rules? I'm like, I'll tell you why. Because I have a broken deck.
I agree.
But I guarantee you, you will still probably be able to beat me, even though I'll come close. So we all played. We all had fun. I had Tom down to 100 life points. In one play, wipes out the rest of mine. I had like fucking 1,500 left. And he had the fucking tournament. He played by the tournament style just for his deck, because that's how he built his deck. He destroyed me still. And he was down to 100 life points. So it's like, it can be fucking done. It's just that these people aren't intelligent enough to do that.
Let's be honest. Let's be 100% honest. The anime fucking spoiled it for all of us.
Yeah.
We really want to see these cards become real.
Oh,
and
yeah!
fight in a digital battlefield.
Honestly, fuck your Nickelodeon Smash Brothers. Give me some duel monsters. Fucking Smash Brothers. I want to see Blue Eyes White Dragon take on fucking Slifer. Let's go.
Never mind that. Blue Eyes Ultimate. Make it a real fight.
Yeah. Blue Eyes and Obelisk. Oh, God.
Didn't they make it like super complicated with you have to have a theme with your fucking deck now? The dragon deck, the gear
deck,
the
it's
machine
so
deck.
stupid.
The deck.
And then, even then, it's like.
Do you remember those?
Yeah. Oh God, I remember tech decks.
Yeah. It's old school.
Dude,
same thing with Pogs.
Do you remember when we were dealing? We're not going to mention it by name. You remember how you had to deal with that asshole? Who was
and I immediately fucking showed. It's like, hey, yeah, you have this one. You have Exodia, fantastic. I have a literal card that goes anything past its own life points can't kill it. Have fucking fun.
Yeah.
You literally cannot attack my life points.
Yep.
And he goes, but no, this is the rule. Right? It says it right there in the card. I am just reading back what is in the rules.
Yep.
Nothing past this thing's own life points can kill it. It has to have the equivalent amount of life points to kill it. Ergo, my little fuzzy fuck wins. My tiny little pink ball of fluff immediately beats your gigantic monster.
Yeah. Oh, what the fuck was that card called? I forget.
I don't remember. It's been a while.
You know what? Honestly, you mentioned Karibo. Karibo first. Little fucking runt is the most broken card ever.
If you know
Holy shit.
James, have you never seen the little Karibo deck?
Oh my god.
Which is just all Karibos?
Dude, fucking Yu-Gi-Oh!
I summon Karibo! I summon Karibo! I summon Karibo!
They did a live duel with fucking the voice of my Valentine taking on Yugi, right? And so he plays Multiply, the spell card, and he had like in his extra deck all these Karibos tossed on the fucking field.
How does it feel to have the
You get a Karibo! You get a Karibo! Everyone
gets a Karibo!
How does it feel to
You
have
get
the
a Karibo!
equivalent of
And you get a Karibo!
And you get a Karibo!
Everybody gets a Karibo!
How does
it's him after all!
James, how does it feel to have a card that's the equivalent of Gremlins?
Oh my god.
No.
Don't feed him after midnight.
Don't feed that little... Don't feed that fucking magic spell.
My favorite Karibo moment is from the Abridged, because they make him the most annoying thing ever in the, I think this is during the fucking Big Five saga, and they have Karibo come in.
The lamest name for a saga ever.
Yeah,
the Big Five.
Fucking bad.
Do you know why
it was the fucking blue-haired little runt they tried to make related to the fucking Kaibas.
You know what's my favorite? You know what's my favorite bit ever in Yu-Gi-Oh history?
Go ahead.
Remember the fucking guy with the American bandana has all these.
Yeah, Bandit Keith. Bandit Keith. Yeah.
Oh my god, I remember him.
I don't speak whatever language
he was the one that fought Yugi in that warehouse without the Millennium Puzzle, and the warehouse like burnt down around them.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't understand.
No, that wasn't necessarily him. That was Bandit Keith's body, but it was possessed by Marrakeshtar. With the
but it's still great to see, like,
yeah.
Just a single scene of him sitting on the rocks. Hey, try speaking American. It's the only language I know how to speak. American is not a fucking language, retard.
It's so good. But no, my
WB for kids.
So as I was saying,
Fuck for
Karibo was literally he came out of the card.
Ethan,
and then
just give it up with
he was Yugi's deck master. This is when they did the deck master. I don't know why. This was the stupid season.
Usually when he writes stuff on his hand, it gets really dumb.
And then they had Karibo do the dumbest fucking chant I've ever heard in my life, and he just goes, "Do la 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 la," and then fucking Adam replies, "Well, that's an annoying Karibo." Like, yeah.
Yeah, that probably would have been way funnier to see the scene. I'm gonna be honest with you.
It was
I'm gonna be upfront with you, dude.
I can't
a lot of the abridged shit is way funnier to see in context.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that goes for just about every abridged.
Yeah. It's pretty accurate.
Except for the giant chicken stick of death.
They call in the abridged the Winged Dragon of Ra Mega Ultra Chicken, and I laugh.
Yeah, because he's a giant chicken.
Every
Big
time
bird.
they do it.
KFC King.
And Slifer, instead of the Sky Dragon, is Slifer the executive producer. I'm like, alright,
Obelisk the BDSMer.
He's just got a fucking gimp outfit on.
He's got the little ball.
El Diablo confirmed his
He doesn't have the tormentor. He doesn't have the little ball, like the little orb that's in his head. It's in his mouth.
Oh my god!
With the ball gag.
Yep. Jesus Christ.
Oh, there's a tormentor.
Oh, that's a good one. So, looking to enter Obelisk BDSM's lair, eh?
Many adventure, none of return. Ultimate pleasure, ultimate pain.
Ultimate fisting in the aim.
Oh, double fisting even. He'll turn you and he'll make you look like a fucking corn dog with his fist. You ever see what happens to a Muppet? He'll turn you into one. He'll stick his fist so far up your ass, he'll be able to control your mouth.
But it's okay, because by the time he does that, you'll be dead. I love you, Shantop. Anyway, where the fuck were we? Anyway, we gone on a Yu-Gi-Oh tangent.
I mean, there's one thing we can talk about really quick.
Go for it.
We got a fucking Arthurian myth coming out as a movie.
By the way, why is that playing music?
That's on my phone.
Whatever it is, busting.
See? Not my phone. It's coming from over there.
Oh, okay.
You are confusing your directions, you're looking at me, and the sound's coming from that way.
Got it. Anyway, as we were saying, sorry.
The Green Knight is going to become a movie, which is fucking sweet, because I cannot wait to see Sir Gawain fuck up the Green Knight.
At first, I did not know what you were talking about until I remembered the one story about Sir Gawain defeating the Green Knight, and I'm like, oh, yes.
I can't wait for that, dude. It's going to be badass. That's one of the only Arthurian myth that's more badass is Arthur fighting the fucking dragon. Which you can't make into a movie. It would be way too long.
Oh, yeah.
You could make it into a series.
How many copies of the Green Knight exist?
Yes.
One. Yeah. There is only one copy of the Green Knight in existence. The oldest Arthurian myth ever.
Damn.
Who made it? We don't even know.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was written by Arthur himself.
Probably. I mean,
he was there, right?
He talked about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of the tales that Gawain gives him is the Green Knight appearing, which the Green Knight gets his head chopped off.
And then laughs.
No, he picks up his head, and then his eyes start blinking, then he starts laughing his ass off. In 1 year's time, you will face me again. I don't know how fucking Disney has never adapted that into a Star Wars story, but they should.
I mean, the only thing Disney came close to that was something called the Black Cauldron, and I think we all know how that fucking bombs.
You don't like Gurgi?
Oh, you mean dog version of Smeagol?
Gurgi understands. Apple.
Banana.
Cauldron. Sacrifice for friends. I wish the movie ended as
I've seen many a traveling everything.
No, I'm just saying. Oh, you know, it'd be a cool way to do that.
What?
We're gonna be doing the KOTOR 2 playthrough, right?
Right. Yeah.
We have our Green Knight, Darth Scion. This unstoppable force meeting the immovable object.
Lord, give me
That would be
strength.
fucking amazing.
We gotta do that one of these days.
Yeah.
We gotta go to Koto too. As soon as you see him show up, you're like, oh, I'm so fucked. I'm so fucked. Dances with Viral Blades just walks into the room.
Dances with
Well, sleeps with Viral Blades. That's the nickname. But yeah, I can't wait. The Green Knight's gonna be badass.
Oh yeah.
I love Arthurian Tales. It's probably some of the coolest storytelling ever.
Yeah.
Especially with
most
the
consistent.
especially with the amount of incest. Holy shit, there's a lot of it.
Christ.
Fuck my sister, I make another son.
Game of Thrones?
No.
No.
Dude, Arthurian myth is way prior to
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
That just sounds
like
that.
Arthurian tales exist probably as long as the Middle Ages have existed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If not longer.
Probably longer. This is like the oldest tales of swords and sorcery in existence.
Pretty much the entire reason for Heroes of Might and Magic existing.
Like you're describing the entirety of D&D as one story.
Well, fair enough. We're actually going to play a D&D game for Button Mash or something.
Fuck yeah, we are, dude.
Chronicles of Mystaria.
Yeah.
Which means that we're going to go through Tower of Doom first, which is badass.
I get to be the green elf girl because Mike figured I'd like her because Tetson Green makes a happy James, and he was correct.
Well, you also get Lightning Bolt, which is badass.
Yeah.
And Nikos gets sticks to
I am
snakes.
hot Luigi, but knight, basically.
Luigi is blonde, dumbass.
Yeah, I know.
So you're not hot Luigi.
He lightning bolt. Anyway, continue.
You're gay, Luigi.
Speaking of Luigi.
Oh.
I finally finished fucking 7 Deadly Sins. Dude,
so
my boy Escanor goes out like a fucking champion. As he should.
As he should.
He is the sun god. You don't fuck with the Lion Sin of Pride.
It's fucking hilarious how he'll be fucking
me.
so big and then go so
You are the
small
sin
and
of pride.
Yeah, because that's how his powers work.
Fair. Oh, yeah.
At night, he's at his weakest. During the day, all the way up to like 12
There's
exact.
there's like a 2-minute window between like 11:59 and 12:01 in the morning to afternoon where he is like pretty much completely invincible.
At 12 exactly, he has a solid minute where he has unlimited power. His power level goes up to 600,000.
Mm.
And he's fucking unstoppable.
I don't think
He does not. His name no longer. When he becomes that big, dude, like he becomes like a fucking skyscraper big.
Yeah.
He is no longer called Escanor. He's called the One. The one above all races.
The real one.
No, he's the one above all races. What a fucking name.
That's fucking...
The one above all races. Holy shit. Yeah, I can see why.
Yeah, he's fucking massive.
Dude, he fucking launches a dude into a lake with the sun. With such an impact that it pretty much destroys the entire lake.
I was gonna say, the lake does not exist anymore.
Which is so sick. He kills one of the 10 Commandments. They're demons. They're demons that have a specific ability. They're called the Commandments.
Right.
Yeah. One of the demons, I think it's Galad, shows up. He doesn't even... He fucking hits him once. No, James. He hits him once, and this guy runs away, which turns him into stone. Because if you go up against... If you, go against your own commandment, you automatically lose.
True.
And you turn into stone, so you immediately just die.
Dang.
It's fucking rough, dude.
He hit him once, said, screw this, I'm not messing with this, and chose death.
I will tell you right now, you cannot have Escanor in any other property. He's like Guts from Berserk. You can't have him in other stories. He shows up in anything else, it's fucking game over.
Yeah.
There was another character. The only other character,
as people would actually call him, Buff Luigi.
Dude, he is Buff Luigi.
There's another character in 7 Deadly Sins that I know about. He's literally the only one. He's literally the only other one I know about.
Is it Meliodas?
I believe it is. Yes.
Yeah, he's blonde. Sin of Wrath. He is a demon.
Yeah.
The king of the demons, actually.
Yeah. That's ringing a bell.
But by the way, people play him a lot on DCU Online.
Really?
Yeah. I found like 7 of them. In one
7 Melodii?
Yeah. 7 different Meliodas.
Or Meliodai?
It was weird. Like, I'm just walking around. I'm like, what the fuck? Where did all these assholes come from? And how come nobody's playing as Escanor? Tell you why, because you will never understand the power of the Lion Sin of Pride.
Yeah. No.
Oh my god, who would make a 2-handed axe like this? It's not a 2-handed axe. It's a 1-handed axe. As he fucking lifts it up with one hand, and you're like, well,
I'm fucked.
I'm fucked. Bye, everyone. Bye.
You should. I would recommend watching it. By the way, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know what I don't recommend?
What?
Attack on Titan.
Oh my god! And I have a lot to say about it, but I'll just say this. All right, season 1, kind of like your standard anime version of The Walking Dead.
Your basic anime.
Yeah. You got your protagonist who says, I'm gonna kill all the Titans to avenge my family's death. Season 3 to 4, you don't know what the fuck is going on. And then you get to the final season where it's like, oh, we've been living on an island this whole time, and this whole story leading up to the final season was the fucking prologue.
What?
Seasons 1 through 3 was the
So they
prologue.
fucking Naruto'd it,
The
but
final
backwards
season
on it.
is where the real story begins, and you're just like, oh, and the main protagonist that you cared about throughout the 4 seasons, turns out he's turning into the villain, but it's for suspense.
Oh my god, they laughed. It was basically
James.
Foreshadowing?
James, I found the last manga in Newberry Comics. I've read it in the store. You want to know what happens? And I'm going to spoil it for those who haven't read the manga and are waiting on the final season. Turns out, Eren was trying to save humanity the whole time by absorbing the power of the founding Titan and have Mikasa insult her to the point where she is forced to kill him. And then when he's decapitated, he says, thank you. Since you cut off my head, all the Titans on the planet will die, and so will I. And that's how it ends. He literally turns into a villain.
That's so bullshit.
He treats his friends like shit just so his best friend and love interest would kill him, so that the Titans on the planet will cease to exist. And did I forget to mention the fact that there is a opposing faction called the Marlians, which I'm gonna say, they're Aryans. They're straight up Nazi Aryans that commit genocide by taking the Eldians, or the true-born people of the Titans, and treat them like the Jews. I'm not fucking with you.
No, that's a bit...
that's
far, bro.
And instead of gassing them in gas chambers, they fucking infuse them with Titan fluid, where they just turn into Titans.
So poison them.
Basically. They poison them with Titan, and they have a limited time where if you don't eat a Titan shifter, or a person who has the ability to turn into Titans, you die in 30 years. When your 30-year lifespan expires, you die with the Titan with it. It's so convoluted where the creator's like, I honestly don't know where I'm going with this. You went from Walking Dead to fucking Hitler and the Third Reich here.
Hitler, Third Reich, and a Christ metaphor.
Yeah. All I will tell you is just don't tell the Harris twins.
Don't tell them. But you know what
Don't tell
anime I will recommend that's actually good?
Go.
Vinland Saga.
Agreed.
Viking anime.
Oh, okay, I'm in.
That's all I need to say.
No more, I'm in.
Like, the 4 best mangas, only 3 of them have been adapted. Well, actually, no, 2 of them have been adapted into anime. One of them had its ups and downs, but Vinland Saga, they really hit the nail with this one.
Yep.
Like, how does it start? It's basically based on, like, historical facts of the Vikings, but tweaked a bit.
Yep.
Some of the names are in it, but the story is kind of different. The only thing that I was scared about was it's animated by MAPPA, which is the same one that does Attack on Titan.
Uh-oh.
And the thing about with Attack on Titan that is kind of atrocious, it's 3D animation. When you see the 3D animation in Attack on Titan, specifically starting in season 3 to 4, it's rough. But when you see it in Vinland Saga, it's a blessing. Like, oh my god, they did something right with this.
Yeah.
Like,
so when's the day, Nikos, that we have James and Casey sit down and we go to Berserk?
I'll watch along.
Specifically,
I'd rather
the 90s anime.
I would not recommend doing that as a watch along.
No.
Even for audio?
No, James.
No.
James. It's fucking brutal. Berserk is brutal.
Like, in today's standards, yeah, it's a bit fucked, but when you were watching this as a kid, oh god. No amount of therapy would have helped you.
Well, we're not kids, though.
No, just it's...
Doesn't matter, there's still not enough Percodan in the world.
There is some stuff in that's pretty fucking heavy. Guts' life is not for the faint of heart.
Oh no, and it basically Guts, rough. The epitome of Guts, his entire character is summed up in his own theme song, which, when you see Guts, you know, badass swordsman, wears all black, giant sword, what theme song would you recommend for him?
If you say I stand alone by Godsmack, I will immediately fucking throw something at the camera.
No, I was actually, that's hard, you know, because you could associate a lot of stuff. I would probably go with Motorhead Hellraiser, maybe?
Wrong.
Go ahead.
The theme that used for Guts, the most tragic anti-protagonist, which he is, he's an anti-protagonist. Is the saddest song you will ever hear.
Johnny Cash, Hurt.
No. It's
keep in mind it's an anime.
It's an anime. You have to help me with who composed some of the music here, but the composer decides to give Guts the most tragic song you will hear. It's an original song. It's tragic, but you won't expect it because when you see Guts, it's like, oh, heavy metal, death metal guy. But when you look at his life, it's tragic, and the song that backs him up, which the song is literally titled Guts' Theme. And it's a meme song, but it's an incredibly sad
It is a meme song because of the fact that people were able to find it, like, sync it to other things that make it more of a meme.
Oh, so they slammed jammed it?
Pretty much.
They were able to out-of-touch it.
But the issue comes in is that when you watch Guts' entire life, all it covers is the fucking Golden Age.
The Golden Age, but if you manage to read the manga, and I have the first 14 volumes of the manga, if you guys want to, like, borrow. When you read from his life before the Golden Age arc, leading up to the end of the Golden Age arc, yeah, it's fucking depressing. It's really fucked up.
You want a quick sum up? I'll give you a quick one. It'll take about a minute.
Go for it.
So, born from a tree, hanging from his mother's womb, who is hung, Guts is born into the world. A world of plague, death, and mutilation. Guts is then taken as a toddler, as a small little baby, by a band of mercenaries, and is raised by the mercenary Gambino in the Camp Horde, who then dies to plague when Guts is 3 years old.
Who then blames Guts for the death of his girlfriend.
Yes.
Because when he was born from his mother's entrails from a tree, people considered Guts as a bad omen. He was a child.
Wow.
Yep. Wait, it gets better.
Wow.
Trust me, it gets better. Guts is then, from all the way the age of 3 to the age of 9, beaten, brutally fucking destroyed almost every single day, trained to be a swordsman, and then raped.
By one of Gambino's own trusted soldiers.
Yep.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Not disregard what I said.
Oh, you think that's enough?
No, stop.
Just saying.
Guts kills his first man at the age of 9.
Oh,
and guess who?
I bet.
Yeah.
Guts kills Gambino at the age of 9.
And it was entirely by accident, mind you. But it was in self-defense. But people still casted him out as a bad omen.
Yep.
And it will follow him through the age of, what would you say, 15?
He continues his bullshit, like, he continues fighting in combat till he's at 13.
I think they're in storage.
Guts at 15 kills the Great Knight Pazuzu.
Oof.
The Great Knight Pazuzu, a guy in full fucking armor. Guts cleaves through his armor and then his head.
That's alright.
Berserk is not made for the faint of heart. It's brutal.
And it's a crying shame, and God rest the soul of Kentaro Miura, who we will never be able to see an end to Berserk, because where it ended, and I'm sorry for spoilers, where we finally get to see the Moonlight Child, the Moonlight Child, for those of you who don't know, could provide a source of an example of how Guts could reverse the curse of the brand, and how he will save Casca from getting her memory back, or her memory erased from the events of what happens with Griffith and, the day of the eclipse. And we will never get it.
The day of the eclipse.
Oh, when we watch that, you guys just say, it will rock you.
I don't want to watch it then.
Yeah, I'd personally, if that's the case, I'd rather go with Gurren Lagann.
I will sum it up for you. Guts gets to watch all of his friends die and his girlfriend raped while he is pinned down to the ground and his arm is getting fucking gnawed on by a demon.
Yeah, no.
He then cuts off his own arm with the sword, runs into combat, gets pinned to the ground while she is still getting raped. He gets his eye fucking gouged out by a demon.
And what's worse, the person that's raping Casca is the person he trusted.
Yeah. No.
His own friend sold him out and sacrificed his friends so he can gain a kingdom of his own and power of a demon.
Yeah, that's...
If you want to talk about betrayal right there.
Yeah.
So then Guts decided to spend most, if not all of his life to do one thing. Brutally murder Griffith in the most painful way possible.
Yeah.
This by the way, is a gentleman who in one night kills 100 men on his own.
Yeah, no shit.
Guts kills 100 guys on his own in a single night.
In other words, the Punisher wouldn't stand a chance against this guy, realistically.
Without guns?
Without
maybe.
guns, no, it's impossible.
Yeah.
Guts has fallen hundreds of feet and has survived. Yeah. Guts has been shot through the fucking face with an arrow and has bit the arrow in his own mouth to break it off and to pull it. He has swung his, just to give an example of his sword size, 6'6", 565 pounds.
And Guts himself is...
The only
6'1".
And he's the only one that can lift it with one arm, mind you.
Yep. Because his other one is robotic, with a cannon, crossbow, netting, and smoke.
Well...
Guts is fucking such a cool character.
But he's also sad.
Oh, it's tragic. But the whole thing is there's beauty in tragedy.
There is, and... By God,
fucking art style.
The greatest thing Kentaro Miura has ever put out in Berserk is just the art style alone. You open up a page of Berserk, any random page, you get the story.
No, get it right. The 2-page spreads.
2-page spreads,
It's the 2-page spreads that you want the most.
If you take one thing out of it, the story changes. But when you open it, you immerse yourself with every single detail that's on the printed page. It tells a story that you don't need words.
No.
And more importantly, you don't need color either.
Don't forget, by the way, that Guts gets the Berserker armor. The reason for the whole anime is because he gets an armor set called the Berserker armor. Where,
I did hear about stuff like that.
Okay, you ready? So he takes this big, massive fucking hawk of iron that's considered a sword, right?
Yeah.
And he's able to swing it with enough force that it can impact a target like a fucking cannonball. Coming out of a cannon.
At close range.
At close range.
Yep.
I want you to think about that. He fucking swings so hard that he breaks his own arm.
I did hear... Oh, I think I've seen...
You've seen him fight Nightmare in Death Battle.
Yeah.
He can swing so hard with his sword that he can fucking take his arm from here, have it go this way with his hand going the other way, and the arm literally turns his arm back into place and pins his bones and muscles together so he can keep fighting. It is said that with the last drop of his blood, he will die in combat. Only to his last drop of blood will the armor stop.
Wow.
It fucking Guts is nuts.
And that armor takes a toll on him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I bet.
His whole body is fucked.
Oh, yeah.
But, again, the armor doesn't make him invincible or unstoppable. It just makes him fight at his utmost potential without feeling pain.
Fair.
He doesn't feel pain anymore. He doesn't feel his body fucking contort and snap and break. He just
goes.
Continues. The guy's run through fire. He's been hit by a fucking supersonic Mothra going hyperspeed, like going Mach speeds. Jeez. He's been punched by a fucking demon with, I don't know, what was it, 1,000 punches within a second? And he just stood there? Yep.
Okay.
Guts is not your Naruto's, he's not your Luffy's, he's not your Ichigo Kurisaki's, and he's not your Goku.
In fact, he's the only character that doesn't scream the name of his attack.
Never.
Oh,
he screams.
But not the name of his attack.
He just kind of attacks.
He attacks.
And just to put this in the last perspective, there are 2 characters with this name, but he is the only one that is worthy of the title. Guts is the Black Swordsman.
Yeah.
There are two. One of them's from Black Clover. The one that I'm talking about is from Berserk.
Okay.
There's also another one which I fucking hate.
Okay.
And to all you fans of Sword Art Online who think that Kirito is the Black Swordsman, fuck you. Okay? That little bitch boy prick does not deserve that name.
Good. Okay.
That harem-loving bastard who can't get enough pussy out of his virtual life than he can in real life. Okay?
Jesus Christ! I feel the anger because goddamn, Sword Art Online Season 1's okay, and then it completely.
I only know one.
Shit Gans.
I'm gonna be real with you. I only know one thing about Sword Art Online, and that it appeared in a fucking YouTube video ad. That's all I know about.
It has games. It has a fan base. Kenny Omega likes it. Kenny Omega likes Season 1 like most. And then Season 2. James, ready? We're going to take the female protagonist who has never needed anyone to back her up in Season 1. Do you know what we're going to do Season 2?
Fuck her up.
No. You want to know?
Go ahead.
Damsel in distress the entire time.
No.
I want you to imagine taking somebody like China, right? This big, hard-hitting female who can pretty much fuck up any dude in the world. And then immediately just shit can her.
Yeah, you mean what they actually did?
Exactly. Just that.
Let's put the main protagonist in a cliche harem after Season 2.
Yeah. Speaking of shit that actually got fucked up and pretty much put out the pasture, this was a weird thing. Because I don't think we really talked about YouTube, other than our own shit, because we're self-important, as we said. But I know we bring this up a lot of the time, but this is actually I bring this up a lot of the time. This, however, is actually crucial to talk about, because I'm actually going to talk about this later on in one of my other shows.
Yes.
Did you guys know that KSI tried to do this online virtual concert, and long story short, it failed. Flopped. Big time. However, to my shock, he actually did a Reddit video. A whole Reddit video reading these criticisms out. Raw reactions, by the way. So this is like the first reaction that he ever got from this, this virtual concert thing, ever. And you just see the life drain from his eyes, because it's legitimate criticism, and he recognizes it as legitimate criticism. And he says, you know what, I could have done better, and all this stuff. And you just see, like, he was so excited. He was gassed in the beginning of the video. Then you just see the life drain from his eyes as he sees the criticism. This is why I even brought this KSI video up. What you see there is literally what a YouTuber goes through in real time.
Now,
that's fucking historical.
To put in perspective, Casey, you, me, Nico, Sam, James, with Lillian and Sean have gone to a virtual concert. It was fucking Metallica.
Yeah. It was a drive-in. And it was freaking great.
Yeah,
it was
a blast.
It was very good just because I was with friends.
Yeah.
If I was to rate the actual concert,
to be fair, you were basically let out of the house for the first time in almost 9 months.
That and
how does it feel that a pregnancy happened in that time?
Right,
it's mine.
Huh?
I'm pregnant.
God damn.
He's pregnant.
I just like that. He's like, wait, what? Wait, what? And then it goes, never mind.
So are you trying to get Krefnat?
Well, it's fucking weird. So you brought that up. You brought the Metallica concert up for a reason, right?
Yes. Yeah, that's the reason. Because if you're talking about virtual concerts, we went to one.
Yeah.
And it could be a different experience depending on the individual.
Right.
But the whole thing with KSI is he has an audience, he has a fan base, but did you have to pay for this virtual concert or was it free?
Yeah, well that's the thing. So this is basically how it was brought up. This is how I knew this was going to be.
Hold on, before you continue. Hold on. I need to hear everything. Hold on.
Go for it.
Oh, there we go, alright.
Get the chips.
Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
Okay.
Now,
yeah,
as much as you're going to mean this, This was not his fault. I think he thought these writers were great because he watched it back in the day. These writers that wrote the KSI show, because it was a combination of not only it being a concert for his upcoming album All Over the Place, but also skits of his entire life. The skits were written by an out-of-touch crew of American Dad. I'm not kidding.
Good morning, USA.
I loved American Dad when it was
first
first airing.
that it's gonna be a wonderful day.
Right.
And the souls of a YouTuber brand.
Yeah,
we're gonna make sure that his career won't even work in Pakistan.
Well, in fairness, JJ bounced back. His album, I think, is like #1 worldwide. So.
Oh boy, it's swell to say we fucked up his day.
Yeah. So, bottom line is, I knew the American Dad writers couldn't fucking write for shit anyway. They haven't been able to write shit for Family Guy, and apparently American Dad's fallen off a cliff, because I've seen a recent clip, and I think Seth MacFarlane should just be done at this point. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but it's not the same.
Well, to be fair, he doesn't really write the stuff anymore. He just voice acts now.
Well, whatever fucking team wrote for this, like, I think that was the problem. Because even if they were the best writers ever, they're not going to know KSI or his fucking friends from a fucking hole in the wall. You know who will, though? His fucking closest confidants. Himself. His family. The people that fucking influenced him and helped him get there. Fucking Craig David. And all these other fucking musicians that he's actually touched in a positive manner, believe it or not. And everything that he's done for the fucking community, and all these people that have fucking been inspired by him, and all the Make-A-Wishes and all this, they're gonna know, you know? Not fucking American Dad. Like, and this is how bad it was, because he had Logan Paul on. He was the best part of the fucking show. No bullshit. Logan Paul was the best part of this entire thing. And
did you watch this?
I did not. I just fucking...
Yeah.
I fucking read a review, and I believe it. I believe it. I ain't paying for that shit, I'll tell you that. So...
I said some bullshit going on here.
No, this is legit what happened.
Somebody watched it on an illegal streaming service.
I actually never watched it, even that. But literally...
I wouldn't even watch it even if it wasn't legal.
KSI literally said at the end of his Reddit video, like, you could see the light drain from his eyes. Like, for those of you who paid for this event and were disappointed, I'm truly sorry. For those of you who illegally watched it and had the time and hassle to do that and were still disappointed, I'm sorry. Fuck you, but I'm sorry. And,
guess what?
Fuck you, give me money.
He was just
like
upset. Yeah, right. Well, that's the thing. It's like, and you could tell it wasn't the money, because he has plenty of that shit. It's the fact that he felt fucking terrible. I've never seen a YouTube, like, you always hear the stories that they feel, like, anxious. Like, we've heard stories from, like, Jacksepticeye and Markiplier, for fuck's sake, all the time, right? This is the first time you see a YouTuber literally go through it in real time. This is... If there's one good that came out of that fucking concert that people had to pay for, that was ultimately disappointing. And that's what it was, by the way. It wasn't a fucking scam, you fucking numbnuts. Get over yourself. It was a fucking disappointment. There's a big difference.
Yeah, one's sad because money was involved. The other one is, oh god, it's just sad.
Yeah. And he was fucking sad. And it was like you saw... the sadness, like the fucking day of a YouTuber that can go from good to bad in real time, right there on that video. That, if there's one good thing that came from that god abysmal concert, that fucking video, because that's literally probably gonna be on YouTube Rewind this year. If it's not, I'd actually be fucking pissed.
Why
because
yeah, here's the whole thing. Who cares about YouTube Rewind?
I don't care, but it's like,
but you do.
Well, they do this little mention thing,
but you
right?
obviously do, because you said if it's not on there, I'm going to be pissed.
Because I think, this is why. as a YouTuber, I mean, we're fucking small time, right? We're not fucking JJ.
Have you seen our stomachs? It ain't small time.
As in fucking by stature online. We're small time compared to JJ. But, like, if they don't put that in YouTube Rewind, I don't know what the hell they're thinking, because every YouTuber goes through that. Fuck, I go through it. People see me go through that, you know what I mean? So it's like, this shit's real. This is a real fucking dilemma that YouTubers go through every day, no matter what fucking level on
you know what, James?
That they are.
You know what, James? I got a better idea.
Go for it.
Just don't do YouTube Rewind.
That's fair. I agree.
I never
YouTube Rewind is a stupid fucking
Actually, no.
concept.
You know what? Only do YouTube Rewind if it's not run by YouTube. There was fucking... They didn't
So
do
then
it
why
last-
call it YouTube Rewind?
Well, they did call it YouTube Rewind, but it was by an actual YouTuber. I forget the... I think it was Mr. Beast, now that I think about it. Fucking James did it. He was fucking... That was a really good one. If it's by a YouTuber and he genuinely gives a fuck about the community, have him do it and post it on his channel and give him the fucking publicity.
So kind of like the one PewDiePie did.
Yeah. The better one. Yes.
Or Flying Kitty. The
Oh,
better
yeah.
one.
The better one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I just wanted to bring that up because I think, despite JJ failing, and he admits that he failed, and he'll go, hopefully not, either he won't do it again, or he just won't hire American Dad writers next time.
What was the point of even hiring the American Dad writers?
I think that wasn't even his decision. It was the fucking video conglomerate of some regard.
You fucking idiots! Like, really, American Dad? I bet you they watched it like, let's see what people like in terms of adult animation content. American Dad.
And correct me if I'm wrong on this, James, a black British man.
Yeah, exactly. Black British man who does boxing, rap, fucking YouTube,
and
FIFA at one point.
Oh, I'm surprised they didn't get fucking the Cleveland show writers to do this.
Oh no, you want to
no.
talk about out of touch? No,
No.
don't get the Cleveland writers in there.
His name is JJJ, and he's here to say...
No, dude, the amount of... so one of the things... One of his insults... One of his many insults that the Reddit use on him, in an endearing way, is a term, and I swear this is not racist. Apparently this means geek. It's called fat neek. I don't know why. It sounds so bad, but it's apparently not. I had to look this up.
Wait, I'm sorry, could you repeat that again?
It's not racist like you would think. It apparently means like a geek who's fat, so they call him Fat Neek.
Fat Neek?
Yeah.
So Fneek?
No, yeah.
Why not call him Fneek?
But they call him Fat Neek. It's an endearing term to JJ, basically. The amount of fucking times American Dad writers use this fucking term. I saw the script for this shit. It was in there like over 30 times in this fucking goddamn online show. This was that's fucking ridiculous.
Hey, Lois! They did it again!
It's just fucking...
Pete, I'm so upset, Pete!
Just, oh my god. Hopefully if JJ does another one of these, honestly, if any YouTuber does this, don't hire fucking writers from Hollywood to do this shit.
Just write it on your own!
If any fucking company that you are partnered
Just
with...
write it on your own.
Exactly. If any company is telling you to do that, tell them, fuck off, I want to write it on my own. Because this is what's going to happen every single time,
Listen,
and it's going to be disappointing.
if you're gonna do a virtual concert, do a concert.
Yeah, a concert's better than anything virtual.
Just do a Just listen. Nobody. I'm gonna say this right now, so it's understood. Nobody goes to a fucking Green Day concert to have the singer go up. All right, so I want to talk about littering. For like the. Yeah, we're gonna take a 5-minute break really quick. I want to talk to you guys about how littering's bad.
Yeah.
I came to a fucking Green Day concert, not about eco-friendly bullshit.
Yeah.
Let me watch Green Day, even though I would never go. I would rather fall down a flight of stairs that are going up.
Yep. Much agreed. Much agreed.
I'd rather hit the Sonic spring and hit the wall and keep doing that for about an hour.
We're actually...
So be dead.
We're actually almost out of time, because, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are not going 3 hours anymore, we're going 2, and it's almost, fucking, 10 minutes from 2 hours. So we should probably plug some shit before we actually go. Okay. So we already mentioned the Wade Needham podcast, the SMBC Boy Stub that is going to be released on this channel.
Chance has no idea what I just did.
I don't know what you just did.
I just plugged in my phone.
Oh, cool.
There, that was a plug.
Nice one.
What are we plugging in?
Anyway, so
I'll go buy you some Glade.
So we got.
Might be a Glade.
What you guys would probably know. You guys got some open mic nights coming out. Owen's got some fantasies and retros coming out. In fact, we're actually going to do retros after this probably. We actually are going to be reviewing WrestleMania.
James, the camera's over there.
Oh yeah. We are. I almost completely forgot for a second. We are going to be doing WrestleMania.
It's like a fucking cameraman who's talking to the wall. Didn't know that James was the newest news anchor. Hold on 1 second. The weather looks weird.
The weather looks great from here.
We are doing WrestleMania.
Boy.
What? Stab it. We are doing WrestleMania 15. Oh boy.
No!
We did not only a retro review by the time you see this, probably. We also did a watch along. And boy.
We did the watch along first, thank Christ.
And oh boy, my reactions towards Vince Russo's writing is immeasurable.
Shut the fuck up, Vince Russo. The last time that you ever went to church is when you decided to go down the street and get a good rub and tug behind the goddamn Six Quick House.
Tit fucker.
Look at me, you little tit fucker.
Give your balls a tug.
Give your balls a tug, tit fucker.
So yeah, it was we roast that Backlash 99.
That's a
also.
watch along.
Backlash 99 we're also doing. Bunch of other stuff doing as well. I think we're gonna also do Gold Rush as a retro, but we did a watch along for that for sure. So that's coming out.
You know, you won't believe how many are in attendance. Usually about 4 people that are sitting on a couch.
Wearing the same shirt.
It's kind of gay.
But yeah, definitely that's exactly what's coming up. We got other fucking stuff going on. There's so much shit that's gonna be released. I can't even keep track of it all.
A what?
Shut the fuck up, Deku.
A Letterkenny abridged?
Yeah, like no, just
It's my no.
Oh, My Hero abridged. Okay.
But it's just all Letterkenny.
It's all Letterkenny. Give your balls a tug.
Jesus.
Oh Lord.
So yeah, that's what's coming out. There's probably other stuff, but here, you know what I'll do? Everything here on the screen, that's what's going to be coming out. So you have this, and this to look forward to. Okay, cool.
What if the screen was there?
Probably. I can't fucking. I thought the camera was over here a second.
You were just talking to me, and I'm like, James, I understand. I look medium well, but.
I mean, I know I'm good looking and all, but
you guys got open mic night coming out. Him and I got Wrestling with Idiocy with Wade coming out.
We got content and reviews.
We got content and reviews.
Jason, I got you a new keyboard.
Yep.
It's the P keyboard. You see, with the P keyboard, you're able to write anything that you want, but it has to be P related.
No.
Now you probably are going to ask the question, why P? Because it's perfect.
So Kurt Hennig. No!
Fucking son of a bitch. End the recording. End the goddamn recording.
Leave me alone!
Go watch the Marble Olympics.
Bye, everyone.
Pick it up. Address to the crowd.
Apologize.
What is this, the Dark Knight?
Now I want you to tell me right now, where are the Jimmies?
I'm James, not Jimmy. I am sorry.
Jimmy?
Jimbo?
You are Jimmy, though.
I'm fucking James.
Jimmy?
I'm James. Okay, anyway. This has been the Indy Force, and until next time. Are we still doing the I love it when a plan comes together line, or what are we doing? Yeah, we love it when a plan comes together. This was the new plan.
You're the A team?
Yeah.
No, we're the C team. We show up way later.
We're the F team.
We're fucked.
We're fucked, Mario.
Mario, I can't see my eyes.
The following announcement has been paid for by the Indy Force Podcast. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe and turn that post notification bell on so you never miss a video from us.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
Hello pals, Alyssa Marino here, and as a friend of Parker Kane Promotions, I am super excited to share the awesomeness that they've got in store for you this November at WrestleCade. You'll be seeing the world-traveling Capital Championship Wrestling Global Fighting Champ Rebecca J. Scott, a rising star who's been featured on Ladies Night Out, MCW, and more, the stunner Emily J., an internationally traveled talent who you've seen on NXT UK and Stardom, Angel of the Ring Zaya Brookside, and NWA World Women's Tag Team Champion Chicago's Sweetheart Missa Kate will also be appearing live. It's all going down WrestleCade weekend in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. You can catch these stars brought to you by Parker Kane Promotions on Saturday, November 25th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And be sure to stick around for Ladies Night Out the following day on Sunday, November 26th. You can get your WrestleCade weekend tickets at WrestleCade.com.
The Casa D18 Studios, an affiliate of the Jeff Meacham Network, Multiverse of Media, proudly presents this retro content from NoDQ.com.
Welcome, NoDQ Galaxy, to another edition of the NoDQ Review, and I am Virtue, being joined by the panel of Aaron Rift, TJS, and the trivia champ that runs the camp, Greg Cherry. What's up, everyone? I'm going to start with you, champ. What's going on?
Not a whole lot. 180 days now as champion, almost 6 months. It's ridiculous to a lot of people, but I'm just that good. Also, I'm looking forward to a lot of stuff not wrestling related. Notre Dame won this past weekend, beat Michigan. That was awesome. And professional football season starts tonight, actually. So that I'm looking forward to the season starting. And we got a lot of wrestling stuff going on, too. So, we got a ton to cover.
Cool. Hey, Aaron Rift, how many fantasy football leagues are you in this year?
Try 0, but thank you for the comment nonetheless.
What's up?
I'm doing well. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. Like Greg said, we have only about 3 pay-per-views coming up that WWE is hyping up on television. Yeah, 3 pay-per-views simultaneously, all this build-up, all this hype. Lots of matches coming up. Lots of rematches being announced for the Super Showdown. Wonderful stuff here. We got match after match after match, rematch, rematch, rematch. It's crazy here in the world of WWE right now. And we're also coming off All In. TJS, how are you feeling about everything? Are you overwhelmed?
Oh yeah, man, that's an understatement. On top of this, on top of all the wrestling stuff, I've been busy with school. Finally built my first computer from the ground up. It feels nice, and just to take a break from wrestling, it just feels so good. But I fear that, like you said, we have 3 special events coming up, and we got a lot to cover. So take it away, Virtue.
Hey, TJS, are you putting like cool stickers on the tower that you're making? Like maybe like a Roman Reigns logo? Who else? A Jinder Mahal? I mean, you could really doctor that thing up and make it look really cool.
Brie Bella.
Greg Cherry since I kicked his ass.
Brie?
Oh.
Man, Brie, and I don't want to talk about it this week too, but Brie with her botches this week, ouch. But before we talk about WWE, let's talk about All In, the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes event that happened this past weekend. And you know what? I thought it was going to be all New Japan and Ring of Honor wrestling, just long match after long match after long match. And then I got to see DDP, Pentagon Jr. cosplay, which was awesome, Mr. Chris Jericho, Joey Ryan, penises, druids, crazy. But the wrestling fans that liked the long matches still got what they wanted with spots. It catered to everyone, in my opinion. So I want to go around the horn and ask everybody their thoughts on All In. Like, what stood out? What was your favorite match? And thoughts on Mr. Jericho doing double gig with All In and Fozzy in different states. TJS, go for it.
Well, All In, it was, just the fact that Cody and the Bucks could sell out this 10,000-seat arena. I thought that was good. I personally did not think that the show lit the world on fire. I thought it was good, but I didn't think that... I mean, I've seen takeovers that are better than that. And I know takeover is still WWE, but it's the developmental. Isn't that sort of like WWE's version of the Indies? As far as favorite match goes, it's got to be Cody versus Nick Aldis for the NWA World's Championship. And there was one thing that really took me out of that match. It's after Cody took the elbow when he was jumping when he was doing the dive. He took the elbow, and at that time is when DDP came out, and Cody he put his head under the table, and it was obvious that he was blading, And they cut to the ring and the diamond cutter, and I don't know, because it showed a shot of Cody's face before or after.
Ruh-roh.
It was a good match. I'm glad that he finally won the NWA World's title, following in the footsteps of his dear old dad. Rest in peace, Dream. Aaron, I know you gave your thoughts about All In, but I guess you could just do a quick recap here.
Yeah, see, I thought it was a great show, and I'm not the biggest indie guy, as most people watching this know, but I thought they hit all the right notes. I think they gave the people what they wanted to see, and I think it was very well done from start to finish. It felt like a major league production, and like I said, I enjoyed seeing some of the legends and how they were utilized on the show, like DDP, as you mentioned. Jeff Jarrett was there. You had Lanny Poffo come out with Jay Lethal as Black Machismo. You had all sorts of little surprises, like Chris Jericho, who did the Fozzy concert. He literally got on a jet and went to, I think it was St. Louis or Kansas City, one of those areas, and did his Fozzy concert.
With the makeup still on.
Yeah.
Fabulous. That is legendary stuff.
Yeah, and Virtue, like we talked about, the only thing I would have liked to have seen was maybe somebody like Vince Russo show up, cut a promo, and then get his ass kicked by somebody. Just because it would have been easy heat with that crowd, because they hate Russo so much. But Cody has to take himself a little too seriously, in my opinion, banning Russo from StarCast, which I think is really silly. I think Russo would have been very entertaining there, and that's what wrestling's all about. It's entertaining people. And I know some people really do not like Russo, but I think it would have been a fun atmosphere to have him there and if he was willing to take a bump for somebody, I think that he should have been there. But nonetheless, I think it was a great show, and I think they're going to do another one, and I suspect it will be a big success, and time will tell where they end up doing it, whether it's going to be New York or if they go back to Chicago again or if they go to LA. Regardless of where they go, I think they're going to draw another huge crowd for their show, and I think they might end up doing a yearly thing here, maybe once a year doing like an indie super show, which makes you wonder if Kenny and the Young Bucks are going to head to WWE or not. But I guess that's another topic we could discuss at some point, like what would it take for them to go to WWE, because they're doing so well for themselves right now with All In, and they're making a ton of money on their own terms. How much would WWE be willing to offer those guys to have them jump away from their project and work for the big corporation? Cody said, from what I've heard, that he's not interested at all in going back, and apparently they've all made a pact that they're going to stick together regardless of where they go. So it's going to be a really interesting 6 months, I think, especially in January, to see what happens with these guys. Virtue, is your dog trying to make a cameo?
No.
Oh,
Aaron did. No, but I'm leaning on something. You know,
Aaron,
it's riveting here you talking about indie wrestling. I mean, everybody's just listening to pins and needles because you usually are the WWE guy. I want to ask you this, Aaron. Did you answer this with your favorite match? And do you think the 6-man tag should have been the main event? I get it, the Young Bucks, but the NWA 10 pounds of gold. I know Jeff Meacham's not on this show today, but seriously, that should have been the last match. What do you think?
Oh, I agree 100%. But there's the whole story about the time of the matches going too long, especially the Marty Scurll match with Okada. And I think because of that, the Young Bucks match had to be cut really short. I do think, though, in terms of the story and the presentation, I think Cody and Nick Aldis had the match of the night, definitely, in my opinion.
That match, it felt so important because of the entourage and everything. And I mean, it was just, I love the presentation.
Yeah, absolutely. Greg, your thoughts?
I mean, I have to agree with you that the NWA Championship match was the match of the night. I want to give an honorable mention, though, because it's my favorite type of match, to the Battle Royal, which was also full of a lot of great moments. And Flip Gordon showing up, we were all kind of speculating, how would he be part of All In? Because Cody was like, no, you can't be part of All In. No, you can't be part of All In. So he sneaks his way into the Battle Royal and earned himself a Ring of Honor World title shot. So good for him. And he put on a great match with Jay Lethal. So that brought a lot of fun for me. I didn't get to see All In until after Saturday because, again, college football. But I enjoyed the show. I thought it was a great show. I think it has potential to be something else, like do one next year. I know they're doing the G1 Supercard in Madison Square Garden the night before WrestleMania, which should be very interesting since I'm sure TakeOver is going to be happening not too far away in Brooklyn.
What's your?
They're going to be in New Jersey, I guess.
What's your letter grade for All In? I was going to get the letter grade from you guys. Aaron, I think you said A, right?
Yeah, A. Solid A.
I'd probably give it a B+. I mean, I did enjoy the show. I felt like production-wise, it could have been a little better, but, WWE Productions, over the top and stuff. But for an indie show, because this is essentially what it was, All In was essentially a giant indie show that was broadcast on television and on pay-per-view. For what it was, I thought it was very good. So props to Cody and the Young Bucks.
And I was at that Ring of Honor Supercard that they had in New Orleans WrestleMania weekend, and I was there. There was a lot of people there, obviously not 11,000 and change, but it felt like that to me, and I enjoyed that show, but I liked it All In, that sports entertainment that they gave me. It's like they didn't ignore the fans that like that over-the-top stuff. So I'm going to give it an A-. That seems like what I give everything lately, Aaron. I'm just not committed to give it that solid A, but I was critical going in because I was like, more long wrestling matches. Come on, give me more story. And you know what? Chris Jericho did it. That was the spot of the night, in my opinion. The fact that he flew to Kansas and did the Fozzy shit with the paint still on. The code breakers to Kenny Omega looked as real as you could make a code breaker look. Pafo coming out with Black Machismo, awesome stuff. I like the Davari getting the Diamond Cutter from DDP. That's the stuff that really puts shows over the top for me. The fact Okada and Skrull went for 28 minutes, too long. It was to me, that was match of the night, but the fact it went long, that's when you start feeling forced for matches like that, catering to indie fans that want that. I think if that match would have went about 10 minutes shorter, that would have been my favorite match of the night.
Agreed.
But I will go with Cody versus Aldis, and Cody finally winning the 10 pounds of gold. So, and that should have been on last, obviously. So I give it an A-. But with this being revolutionary, what's next, right? WWE does a 52-week schedule. Sure, SmackDown's got tarps over the seats. Notice it's always SmackDown when we see those pictures, though, and not so much Raw. Interesting, though. But let's see them work a bigger schedule and see if they can keep drawing those same fans where they got to shell out more money more often. That's what would be revolutionary to me. If they can do this consistently,
right.
And I don't know how many times that would mean, I will be the first to say then, you made it, guys. You did it. You're kind of semi-hanging with Vince McMahon. But I want to see that first.
Yeah.
I want to see consistency.
Baby steps.
Yes.
I'm really curious to see the buy rates for it.
It'll probably be pretty solid, but think about it, though. In the era of social media, era of streaming, cheap app prices, $10, this and that, a $40 pay-per-view, I'm very interested. Those numbers haven't come out yet?
Not yet, but we'll see. I think they had about 200,000 tune in to the pre-show, which is pretty much what Impact Wrestling has been doing as of late. So there you go. They're already at Impact's level with viewership. That's pretty sad, but... Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how well it did on pay-per-view. If it does really well, then, that's just going to be icing on the cake for them. And one way or another, I think we're definitely going to see a follow-up.
And let's keep in mind, Aaron, the grasp that WWE has on wrestling fans, they experimented with NXT on the USA Network. They drew, 750, 800,000? That's a hell of a lot more than what All In. I'm just saying. So you see the level that WWE's at. Even their niche product still draws a lot more than Impact and Ring of Honor. And again, maybe all of these indie feds need to collaborate together to make maybe like a traveling super promotion where maybe it's not all the time, but like New Japan, Ring of Honor, and even Impact. Maybe that's the next revolution to compete against.
It could be, just doing something different. And it's just impressive the fact that it's the biggest crowd to see a wrestling show that wasn't WWE in the United States since WCW's final days, which is, a great accomplishment.
Props to Billy Corrigan, because I do think he has a good mind for the wrestling business. Obviously, we know Young Bucks and Cody pretty much did this thing, but Billy was there, I'm sure, every step of the way helping these guys.
And I think he's doing a great job making people care about the NWA title again. I mean, it's the first time in, over 2 decades that people are actually taking the title seriously again.
That's true.
Really since it was cut off of Impact, because it was there for a few years.
Well,
that's right, back in the earlier TNA days.
Yeah, but that was when TNA was like really good too. So
sorry, Impact fans, but we're going from All In to WWE. That's what we do. I want to talk about last week. I quit. We were talking about cool fantasy booking, different scenarios. Paul Heyman, what could this mean? A refreshing, getting in shape. I mean, Kevin Owens is in ring shape because he has good cardio for wrestling, right? He does not get blown up. So I guess physical appearance does not matter. He has a good work rate. But Raw, Bobby Lashley with the Jinder Mahal segment, and this is what we get so soon, 7 days later. Greg, you had your head down the longest. I'm going to start with you. Thoughts on WWE not? I think you said something interesting off camera about this whole situation and WWE doing things quickly. Do you want to elaborate?
Yeah, I was basically saying that they don't do anything long term. I mean, they book week to week, probably the day of the shows. They don't have any long-term planning. Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar did have a little bit more long-term planning because Paul Heyman was the one writing it. And Heyman is a freaking creative genius when it comes to the wrestling business. Whether we want to admit it or not, whether the fact that Reigns and Lesnar admittedly probably had one of the better stories going into SummerSlam than any of the other matches, Heyman's the reason. And the fact that you have a bunch of Hollywood writers who don't know how to write wrestling shows, and it's going to drive me nuts until they bring back just booking style where you don't have scripted promos every week. And I've been complaining about this for like 13 years, that they need to go back to bullet point promos. Virtue, you and I have both worked the indies. You still are. And we had bullet point promos. We have certain things we have to hit, and whatever else we want to say.
Save that thought on bullet points for a topic we'll bring up a little bit later in the show, because it'll nail it on the head. But save that bullet point topic for sure.
Absolutely. It's just frustrating that Owens was put in this situation. He could have had something golden with the I Quit thing, and they brought him back a week later. It's like, what was the point? Why have that segment? Why build it up to make it something special and then throw it away?
Right.
But that seems commonplace in WWE writing style. And we don't do this to like complain about WWE. Like, oh, WWE sucks. WWE is terrible. We do this stuff because we love it so much, and we're frustrated when it's not as good as it can be.
Right. And this is a perfect example.
Yes, because Kevin Owens is freaking gold. I was watching some of his promos with Johnny Gargano when they were in the Indies, and they were doing like the Panda Express thing. Thank you, Rachel, for bringing those videos onto Twitter. And it was amazing. Like, it was so entertaining. And stuff like that is what I'd like to see come to WWE. Just be entertaining, be funny, be naturally funny. You don't have to force stuff down people's throats to make them get the idea. We're not that stupid. We can get like stuff organically. It's somebody else go.
Aaron.
Yeah, I mean, you nailed it, Greg. This was just a complete waste of time. Why even bother doing it in the first place? Any of us could have come up with something interesting here for Kevin Owens. We just mentioned a bunch of things about possibly Paul Heyman showing up to be his new advisor, or maybe have him drop some weight, or just keep him off television for a couple of weeks at least to sell the angle. Because the problem now is that the next guy that does it, no one's going to believe it. They're like, you know what, the guy's just going to be back next week, and WWE just doesn't follow through with storyline. So the next time somebody quits, it's not going to have any meaning, because this was just completely wasted. So yeah, there's not much else to say about it. I'm not sure how anybody can defend this. It's just very lazy and just a waste of our time as viewers, getting us interested in something and then basically just ending it, putting the axe to it the next week. TJS, any other thoughts you have on it?
I mean, I guess we should have learned our lesson about this whole I Quit thing when Dolph did it earlier this year. I mean, you can, at the very least, you don't even have to write for Kevin Owens. Just after he quits, just keep him off TV. Don't write anything.
Well, at least Dolph was off for a little bit longer than 7 days.
Exactly. And Dolph dropped a championship, so there was a little bit more buzz there. With Owens, I love Kevin Owens. He's my favorite. But when this happens, he got squashed, and now I just feel like his character's lost all credibility, and I don't know. I don't know what's next, and for all I know, he's gonna get squashed by Bob the Lash.
This should have been an instance where if they were just going to have him feud with Lashley next, they didn't even do that spot last week on Raw. After he lost to Rollins, he just, he's done for the night, and then this angle would have happened on Raw, and sure, we'd say, oh, Owens and Lashley, but at least we wouldn't have been teased by an I Quit. They should have kept him off till at least Hell in a Cell and made him come back and attack someone there. And at the very least.
And it wasn't even a big surprise when he showed back up. It was just like, oh, it's Kevin. He just quit last week.
Well, the announcers Cole tried to get it over like,
oh my,
yeah, oh boy. Well, that's what we get these days, right? And again, it's creative could be so better if they actually had creative people. All right. Well, speaking of that, AOP, bring them on the main roster. Yes.
I think Greg had something.
Did you? Go ahead, Greg.
Yeah. One last thing on the Kevin Owens thing. If they could have sold the angle more, he would have been in like street clothes or something, but he showed up in his gear. It's like You're not even trying to sell the angle.
That's a great point.
It's like
a great point.
He just shows up ready to work. He quit last week. You're not even trying to sell the angle anymore. What are you doing? Like, this is my frustrations. I'm hoping Triple H takes over the main roster sooner rather than later, because we won't get garbage like this when he takes over.
Does he even have gear? It just looks like he came out with his T-shirt and his pants, which he might wear during the day anyways.
Well, that is Kevin Owens' gear. I mean, that's
Make
always
him wear like a button-up shirt or something. Anything. Just.
But when he was in Ring of Honor and PWG, he had the shirt, he had the shorts. I mean, that's always been his thing. So, I don't know.
Shoot, they could have had him off TV for weeks and had a spy camera in the back and called it KOTV. Oh, wait, never mind. That's an Easter egg for old school fans of the Attitude Era. Let's talk about AOP. So they got brought to the main roster. Ellering, they dumped Ellering, maybe because Paul Ellering did not want to do the travel. Okay, I get that. I don't know for sure. And they didn't put a manager with these guys right away, which clearly two big guys like this, just old school values, you need that mouthpiece. So strangely enough, all of a sudden they have one. And it's the 205 Live general manager, Drake Maverick, coming out, a pint-sized small dude, especially compared to them, wearing that same gear, which now it's like Shield 2.0. TJS. I nothing against Rockstar Spud, because I actually like this stuff in Impact. Yes, Aaron, I did. But this was awful to me.
Yeah.
Like, no. But what do you think, TJS?
Well, I mean, so let's look at this here. We have Paul Ellering, WWE Hall of Famer, who managed the Road Warriors, led them to success, and then you have Drake Maverick, a.k.a. Rockstar Spud, who lost to King Maxwell, Matt Hardy's kid, in Impact Wrestling. And you just have Drake Maverick show up, and he's like, I'm their manager now. There's no story. They haven't said why he's their manager. It just baffles me. And why is it Drake Maverick? Why couldn't this be Paul Heyman's new project? I don't get it. I don't understand it. And meanwhile, you have Drake Maverick on 205 Live as a babyface general manager, and now he's a heel on Raw as the AOP manager. And apparently, they're not even going by Authors of Pain anymore. It's just AOP, because that's what they announced them as twice. And on the nameplate, it just said AOP. So I guess Authors of Pain is not PG enough. Aaron, what do you think?
That very well could be the case, or WWE just assumes everybody knows the name by now. So just like Triple H, well, Triple H is Triple H, but I don't know. I don't know a good comparison off the top of my head. But Virtue, I remember on the video you did with Big Jeff the other night, you talked about the way that Drake Maverick talks with the side of his mouth. Can you do that?
Yeah. He just, I don't know. I know he had dental work done. You know, he's British. Sorry, but I always hear that they have bad teeth over there. No, that's not. That's a myth. But like, he does talk very weird, and his mouth is a little crooked. And if that's his gimmick to stand out, okay. But like, they zoomed in on his face, and I wasn't even thinking of the AOP. I was thinking of why you talking goofy like that. And again, I haven't been watching 205 Live religiously, so I don't know how many general manager segments they do where they show him talking. So this is maybe kind of semi-new to me, but I don't know. He's not very intimidating.
Yeah.
Don't you need somebody intimidating with them?
Yeah, I think it's funny, but at least I can get like the Jimmy Hart vibe from him because he is like a pint-sized pipsqueak type guy, and I'll give it a chance. We'll see how it plays out over the next couple weeks. They do need a manager, but I definitely think the gear has to go. They look too much like a low-rent Shield, in my opinion.
I get the Spike Dudley vibes from him. That's just me.
I don't. But we'll see. That's interesting. Greg?
Is this the facepalm edition of the NoDQ review? I mean,
pretty much, yeah.
This doesn't make any sense either because they did it with no explanation. It's like, hey, randomly Drake Maverick's here, and we put him. How many people in the Raw roster are wearing Riot gear? Ironically, the Riot Squad isn't. How many? Like there's face palms all over the place for Monday Night Raw.
I know.
The
If
best
Skype
thing
wanted to
about
just
Raw-
like freeze frame you, this would be the time to do it because you've had the same expression anyways.
I've had the same expression all freaking video. You kidding me? I mean, the only memorable segment of Raw, and I'm sure we'll get to it, was the segment with two guys that aren't even on the show regularly.
Yep.
Like, why is that the best part of Raw? Because those guys know what they're doing, number one. And number two, people care about them. Nobody cares about anybody on the Raw roster because you don't give us a chance to care. Damn it.
All right, no, we're segueing now, Greg, because my thoughts on Drake Maverick is I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Like, if I see them next week on Raw and they do something like creatively and maybe he has a little edge to him and he's not just standing there with his crooked mouth, maybe I'll change my mind next week. But
he reminds me of Willy Wonka.
To be continued with the AOP and Drake
Watch. Next week it's AOP versus Titus Worldwide.
Oh, I'm sure of it. Shawn Michaels came out to promote this Undertaker and Triple H match coming up at the Super Showdown. And at first I thought, oh God, they're just hyping this house show up, 80,000 people. Okay, I get it. And then, unexpectedly, at least to me, they had the Undertaker in the building in Columbus, and he comes out face-to-face with Shawn. Greg, bullet points. You know they did not give these guys a script. They said, you got 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You know what to talk about. Hype up the match with Triple H and Taker. And these guys did such a fantastic job to me. It's making me think, will Shawn come out of retirement? And of course, you know, if Shawn sticks to his word, which I think he will, and never wrestle again, at least now I feel that maybe, you never know, he could come back and wrestle Taker one more time. TJS, let's start with you. This just shows you the legend. They rely on the legends and the fact that they don't script them. What do you think?
Definitely. I mean, you could just feel the chemistry that was there between these two guys, and it felt so organic. And I felt like they actually hated each other. But then Shawn talked about how he had the respect for The Undertaker, and that's why he's staying retired. I was expecting Shawn to super kick him, but perhaps not. But we did get Undertaker chants throughout this promo, so there's people that want Undertaker to retire, sure, but the whole arena was chanting his name. I'm afraid, though, that this match between Undertaker and Triple H is not going to deliver as much as we're expecting it to, you know, because, I mean, let's face it, Undertaker he's getting up there in age, and he's been working the shorter matches lately. But as for the promo, it was magnificent. I don't know what was better, Triple H's promo from the week before or the HBK Undertaker thing from this week. Greg, what do you think?
I mean, I'd give the edge to Shawn and Taker, but, you know, I've always been a Shawn Michaels guy, so I might be a little biased. The thing is, and I touched on this with the bullet points, if you give them a couple points to hit and just let them go, natural talent comes out. Imagine like 20-some years ago if they would have tried to script Austin 316. It would not have failed. WCW would have won. Let's put it that way. If you had the writers in 95, 96 that you have now, WCW would be running roughshod over the wrestling business right now. It's embarrassing, really, because you can't script guys like Austin, The Rock, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, but you expect all the guys now to be scripted. Nobody's going to get over except who you want to get over. And I think that's the problem people have with Roman Reigns. If Reigns, and you know what, that's when people started turning on Cena too. When his promos became more scripted, that's when they turned on him.
I do like midlife crisis Cena, though. I hope that's something he continues to do when he comes in and out of WWE. That's the vibe I've gotten since this Undertaker thing at Mania. The midlife crisis, that's what I'm calling it. Midlife crisis Cena. To me, it's compelling.
As long as he dumps that back fist as a finisher, I'm fine.
The lightning fist.
Doesn't want to get married, wants to be successful in all assets of entertainment. Greg, did you have anything else to say, or do you want me to pass it to Aaron on this?
You can pass it to Aaron. I just hope that they take notes from the Shawn and Taker segment and spread that across the entire show.
Yeah.
Because that's what they need. They need compelling TV.
I don't think it's going to happen because
I know.
guys like Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and Undertaker, all these guys are from a different era. They're from an era where people had to sell $40, $50 pay-per-views, and their careers and their paychecks depended on it. They had to go out there and they had to convince the people to buy a pay-per-view. So they had to really feel it. They had to come up with something. They had to be creative, and it's just a different era now. The guys don't have that creative freedom anymore, and WWE, they hold all the cards. It's their casino. It's their game, and everybody has to play by their rules. And, I don't think we're going to see guys quite like Shawn Michaels or Undertaker anytime soon because everyone's being basically manufactured. They're coming off an assembly line from NXT, and yeah, they're great wrestlers and whatnot. They're great athletes, but they just don't have that natural instinctive abilities to go out there and really sell an audience on a big match. That's the problem. Now, I'm not sure how they would do without the scripting, some of these guys, just because they don't have the experience of going out there on their own and just being able to trial and error, going out there with an audience and seeing what works and what doesn't. They just have to follow a script night in and night out. They might not know how to do a type of promo that Triple H does. So
that was to my point about Austin. If you would have scripted Austin, he never would have got the chance to be a breakout star. So how do you know? You might have 3 or 4 breakout stars on your roster, but you don't give them a chance to be themselves. You don't give them a chance to cut promos the way they want to cut them to draw the audience in. I mean, Roman Reigns might be the best promo person in the company if he wasn't scripted. We don't know that.
Yeah.
That's what I've been saying for a while now. And go ahead, Aaron.
I was just going to add, I wanted to add that I like the fact that Talking Smack was around when it was, because it was actually a vehicle for some of these guys to try and experiment a little bit and just speak from the heart. I always point out that Jinder Mahal promo because everyone thinks I'm so negative on Jinder, but I was a fan of that promo. If you go back, watch Talking Smack right before his big push started, he was just speaking from the heart. He sounded authentic. It wasn't force-fed. It wasn't the stereotypical foreign heel gimmick that he was doing. It was just him being himself, and it was entertaining. He was breaking out of his shell a little bit. I wanted to see more of that stuff, and I really do miss Talking Smack because I think it was a good way for some of these guys to just go in there and not have to worry about being scripted. They could say what they want, and I thought the Talking Smack promos were, for the most part, great. I was always watching Talking Smack because it felt like those guys were able to just be creative with their promos and just be natural with what they're doing.
Yep.
So that's
I love the promo. I love the promo, and the one thing I would have done, if I worked for WWE's creative and Vince McMahon listened to me, I would have told Shawn, just at the right time, go for the super kick. Cut the lights before you actually see him connect. Lights come back on, Taker's gone, and Michaels was like, what the hell?
Ooh,
again,
that's genius.
I know it's fantasy booking, but gosh, that's how much Shawn, attitude era, these guys. So much for not once in a lifetime. What was their saying back? End of an era.
Yeah.
What? You know what? Maybe this. If Shawn wrestles Undertaker next year in New York, New Jersey, at WrestleMania, if you, Greg, Aaron, TJS, if you make it on your own expense to New York, I will buy your WrestleMania tickets. But Shawn has to be there wrestling Undertaker. All right.
If that happens, I'm going to find a way to get there.
I will. That's my word. I will do that. Everybody on this video right now. All right. So moving on. New tag team champions. And so we know we got the Shield. Seth Rollins is the Intercontinental Champion. Roman Reigns is the Universal Champion. Braun Strowman cashing his money in the bank. He's going to get the shot at Roman at Hell in a Cell. And you have Ziggler and McIntyre, who now are conveniently the Vince McMahon theory, putting the titles in. To me, it just, you have a big feud like that, 3-on-3. Actually, it's the whole locker room versus the Shield. I just want to know everyone's thoughts on putting the titles quickly, swiftly on Ziggler and McIntyre. And do you think they're going to land on Rollins and Ambrose? Aaron, I'll start with you.
Well, I'm just happy the B team no longer has the tag team titles. So for me, that's a positive. I am feeling bad for the Revival, though. They pretty much got the shaft here, and my guess is they're not going to get an opportunity at the titles. It's probably going to be... I'm not even sure if B Team will get a rematch. Maybe they will on Raw next week, but my feeling is it's going to be, well, it was advertised for Hell in a Cell to be Ziggler and McIntyre against Ambrose and Rollins, and I suspect that is going to be the next feud for the tag team title. So poor Revival, they're back off in limbo, and B Team, it was fun while it lasted, but they ruined it when they did that segment from a couple months ago with all the, what was it? I don't even remember now.
The barbecue?
So yes, the barbecue. Oh, that was the moment it fell off a cliff for me. That's when I lost interest in the B Team. That was when it jumped the shark. That's the phrase I'm looking for. It was a nice little run for those guys, but yeah, time to move on here. Greg, any thoughts you have on B Team no longer being champs and Ziggler McIntyre, where this goes next?
Well, the B Team no longer being champs is fine with me. I mean, they got their little run. They got their championship run on the main roster. Good for them. But, I mean, their time's over. It's time for Ziggler and McIntyre to really run roughshod, and it might lead to a Revival face turn. But I may be thinking too much into this because they were attacked before their tag team title match. But it's week-to-week booking, so they'll probably won't see their shot ever again. Who knows? It's really, the only problem I have with it is it's becoming a six-man show. It's becoming the Shield against Braun, Ziggler, and McIntyre. Not that it's a huge problem, but it seems to be the only focus of the show, and everything else, all the other matches just kind of happen. Like, the only thing important is those six guys, and you're trying to sell two different shows with those six guys at the same time. It's really frustrating. And
do you think that's the formula of the Attitude Era, though, with like Austin and The Rock, where they always thread those guys out throughout the whole show? And even though we had all that filler, it was still the top guy's show. You think Vince is trying to do that now?
Yeah.
With these super groups?
Yeah, something like that. I mean...
Yeah, remember the Raw from 2008 when it was Cena and Randy Orton against all the heels?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, it would not shock me if we get that. Yeah, we're going to get the Shield. Like, Baron Corbin's going to make the Shield versus 10 guys.
They've done that already. They've done that with the Shield. Like,
which is why they're going to do it again.
Greg, we're not supposed to remember that.
Yeah, they had three pull-apart brawls in the span of 2 months. So we're not shocked if it happens.
Here's my thing about this.
Okay.
We have Ziggler and McIntyre as the tag champs. We have Roman as Universal and Seth as Intercontinental. So, I mean, they have a six-man tag at Super Showdown. Are no championships going to be defended on that show on Raw? I mean, you have... It just doesn't make sense because the only title that's not going to be on this six-person feud is the Raw Women's title. And that's not being defended either because Ronda is in a six-man tag or a six-woman tag. So I'm not looking forward to Super Showdown other than for Triple H and Undertaker. I don't get it.
They should just call it Rematch-A-Mania at this point.
All right. So, well, we have this topic. You segued to it perfectly, TJS. Because I don't really have much more thoughts on other than it's Vince McMahon doing what he does best, putting all the titles in his main event scene, and that's where they currently are, for the males at least. And that's why Ziggler and McIntyre, just like that, got the Tag Team Championship. We have, right now, as we're talking, Hell in a Cell, which is next, right? Then after that, there's a Super Showdown, and then later in October, we have Evolution. But WWE is promoting all of them at once. And Aaron Rift, didn't we already isn't the Bar already challenging for the SmackDown Tag Team titles? And they're in a tournament to win a shot at the Tag Team titles?
Yeah.
This is okay, so here's what I wrote down. I got to read it. What purpose does WWE have with promoting so much at once? Are we overwhelmed? Aaron, go
Yes,
for it.
we are. We absolutely are 100%. But again, it's a different era now. They would not do this 10 years ago because they have to focus on one pay-per-view at a time when they're trying to sell people on $40 pay-per-views. Now it's $9.99 for the network. It doesn't matter. They can promote 3 pay-per-views because the core audience is going to watch all 3 pretty much no matter what. I don't know what it means in terms of possibly getting new subscribers if it overwhelms them. Maybe it doesn't, because maybe the appeal of all these shows, maybe for whatever casual fans are left out there, maybe that's appealing to them. I don't know. It doesn't matter, because I feel like everything we discuss is irrelevant now because of the fact that Virtue, TJS, Greg, as well. The stock is the highest it's ever been. What is it, like $87 now? It just keeps going up and up. Next year, not the Target brand, by the way, just going up in general. And 2019, they're going to be starting on Fox. The money's going to be rolling in. And WWE is just a machine right now. They are a corporate machine. They're too big to fail. Let's face it. I mean, they could book the worst wrestling in the world. They could do WCW, stuff that would make WCW 2000 look logical. And they're still going to be rolling in the green. So I don't know what else to say about it. It is frustrating as a fan. I wish they would focus on one pay-per-view at a time. It's getting old. I'm getting tired of all these groundbreaking pay-per-views and Evolution changing the business, Super Showdown changing the business. Hell in a Cell is going to be the greatest Hell in a Cell of all time, apparently.
Yep. And you know what you said that's interesting to me? They are too big to fail.
Yep.
That should be a shirt. That should be a freaking T-shirt.
Seems like
because that's the truth, Aaron. That's the truth.
Vince has it tattooed on his dick.
That's why I'm so comfortable defending WWE on Twitter, on videos, pro Roman. You know why I can do that? Because I can say, look at the money they're making. People will show empty seats at SmackDown and say this and that, but at the end of the day, they're making money, right? They are, and it's easy to defend them when you can use that as your tool. Who wants to go next with this chaotic triple event we're going to have over the next 8 weeks?
I'll
start promoting Survivor Series probably next week.
Well, we have a Saudi Arabian show in November. Don't forget about that one.
They're going to be on the network?
Yeah, probably.
The greatest Survivor Series, probably.
I mean, when we heard that these are going to be dual branded pay-per-views, we thought we were going to get a break, and now we just it's just such oversaturation, and it makes me laugh because of the way that they're announcing things with the Bar in a tournament for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships.
That's nuts.
It's funny because I just don't see how anyone could be this ignorant in booking this stuff.
Yeah, Joe's facing AJ again. Becky's facing Charlotte again. So the results at Hell in a Cell, do they even matter because everyone's getting a rematch
I got one
automatically?
for you, Aaron. So if the Bar win this tournament, that means they get the shot at Hell in a Cell?
Yes.
Which happens before Super Showdown. What if they did that, won the tag team titles at Hell in a Cell? That means they face themselves at Super Showdown.
No, they face the New Day.
No,
they would.
Do you get what I'm saying there? I'm getting nuts with this.
Yeah.
DJS, you got that, fake right? Razor Ramon and fake Diesel. They would bring in fake Cesaro and fake Sheamus. That's what they'll have to do for a Super Showdown.
Hey, they're better than what they're currently doing. I'll say that one.
Greg's ready for another facepalm. Anything else, DJS?
No, I just wanted to mention one more big loophole here. Are we going to talk about the end of Raw? Is that a topic?
When we do our main event, you can talk about whatever you want.
Okay, go ahead, Greg.
All right. This is brought to you by this review is brought to you by V8. In my opinion, if they were going to do this, they should have just canceled the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view and made the Super Showdown the pay-per-view. That's what they should have done. If they're going to have all these matches anyway, just make the Australian show the pay-per-view that we have to watch and then do Evolution later. Like, I'm fine with that. But there's no reason to do all these shows You shouldn't have announced. I understand you want to get the ticket sales in Australia. Fine, announce the thing in Australia, and then don't tell us. But I mean, that'll be leaked online anyway, and it's too much. It's too much.
What you do is you announce Triple H and Undertaker, which is fine.
Yeah.
And then maybe you announce, hey, somebody's going to get a title match. They're going to face the winner of Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns, or I know they're doing the 6-man anyways, but let's just say Becky Lynch and Charlotte, you could say Asuka. I know Asuka's teaming with Naomi, but you could have done something, just for example, they could have said Asuka is going to face the winner of Charlotte and Becky at Super Showdown. Something like that.
Or a battle royal on the SmackDown after Hell in a Cell. The winner faces the women's champion at Super Showdown, or something like that, where you have title defenses and you don't know who's going to face who, and it's just completely ridiculous.
All right. We'll go to the main event, because you know what? We might not hit our hour today, Aaron, because we're just going to do 20 more of these. So, main event, my topic is, to me, in WWE's 5 hours of programming on Raw and SmackDown, what stole the week was, and this is strange to say, it was R-Truth, and he won a main event on SmackDown by pinning The Miz. Am I correct?
Yep.
R-Truth, this is what, comedy can be way overdone, over the top in wrestling. We know that. When he called Maurice Carmella, and then on top of that, he gets a win on SmackDown. Good for you, Ron Killings. I mean, good for you. K-Quick, R-Truth, Ron Killings, whatever you want to be called, you earned it. This was your big day. This was your Zack Ryder winning the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania type day. So go around the horn. Any thoughts on R-Truth's comedic happenings from SmackDown this week? Because I thought, Aaron, it was entertaining.
Me too.
And I like to see stuff like that with guys that really aren't utilized. Especially ones that aren't to me, R-Truth, it's a little over top when he comes in. What's up, right? Because you see it too much, you get bored of it. But I was okay with R-Truth this week. What do you think?
I'll start. R-Truth is incredibly entertaining, and he always has been. I mean, he's definitely one of the most underrated performers in WWE. And when you put him on screen, especially with the gimmick where he's completely whacked out of his mind, it's funny. And Ty Dillinger is a great straight man for that type of stuff, because he's what is he talking about? And it's just so good. When you do stuff like that, that's what I'm talking about. Raw needs those kind of things that SmackDown has, because you get guys that genuinely and organically get over because they're genuinely funny, and you don't force. You can't force humor. You just can't. It has to come naturally, and with R-Truth, it comes naturally, and he's fantastic at it. And him and Carmella are going to be in the Mixed Match Challenge, which I'm sure we'll talk about next week. But I enjoyed it, and maybe this is, I don't know if it's going to be a career renaissance for R-Truth. I don't see him getting any further up in the card, but if it does do something for him, then good for him. He deserves it.
I agree,
TJS?
R-Truth submitted himself as a main eventer in 2011 when he had that feud with John Cena. That was so entertaining to me, and I'll never.
Little Jimmy.
Yeah, and I just loved it. And now with this whole Carmella thing, I think it's funny. I think it's hilarious. And the hardest that I've ever laughed at a WWE product, in a good way, is in the Royal Rumble when he brought the ladder out and climbed. I just thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
And I'm just glad they're doing something different on SmackDown, instead of just the same people every week. I mean, SmackDown, you get a good variety, and I was happy to see R-Truth have his little spot there, even though it was a roll-up. Aaron, what'd you think?
I enjoyed it. I think R-Truth is hilarious, and I think that he's taken the ball and running with it. I don't know if he's going to get a big push out of this, but I sense him and Carmella are going to have some fun on the Mixed Match Challenge. I'm actually looking forward to the challenge just because of R-Truth and Carmella. I think that just based off of SmackDown, there's chemistry there with them, and we could have some entertaining segments. Will it turn Carmella babyface? That's the thing I'm wondering, if that's going to be the start of something different for her, maybe change of character perhaps. But at least it gives Carmella something to do now that she's no longer in the SmackDown Women's title picture. And we'll see how things play out with them. So far, so good. I'm glad that R-Truth is getting the opportunity.
That's a good point. Like I said, I don't mind having guys that normally aren't utilized for a long stretch. Keep the TV fresh, right? I mean, on SmackDown, we go weeks without seeing Nakamura, this and that. So,
right.
Little things like that, they don't have to get a monster push, but TV is supposed to be entertaining, and that was. All right, TJS, you had something you wanted to bring up, so go ahead, man.
Oh, yeah. So this is what gave me the biggest headache. This Raw, the ibuprofen was definitely needed, Aaron.
Yes,
let me just...
sir.
At the end of Raw, the Shield was laid out. All the heels laid them out.
Yep.
So why didn't Braun Strowman cash in right then?
He already cashed in.
I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say that he already cashed it in, and Baron Corbin wouldn't let him. But Baron Corbin is a heel, and he let Ziggler and McIntyre into the Raw Tag Title match from just beating up the challengers, and Baron Corbin had the Shield arrested. So why wouldn't Baron Corbin just come out there with the briefcase and say, "Here you go, Braun. He's laid out, cash in right now." He's a heel. He's not that monster that has to do things face to face anymore. It's been established very obviously that he's a heel. So I don't understand why he didn't cash in. Greg?
Don't apply logic to wrestling.
Yep. It's that straightforward, man.
That's the only thing.
I give credit to my buddy Chris Ross for that one, but he's very right. Don't apply logic to wrestling. We try, and it's hard sometimes.
And this was not the show to try to apply logic to. Let's be real here. That whole arrest thing was just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
The whole Roman Reigns thing, the bars thing, that I was picturing him doing that, Superman punching the guard like you said.
They might as well just make it, if they're going to be over the top and silly, they might as well just gone all the way with it. Have them break out of jail, literally break out of jail, and just
That's
Superman
what
punching
Russo
the
said.
cops.
They should have done pre-tapes at the jail and showed maybe there was a corrupt cop that revealed a Shield shirt and let him go. Just something so you know why they got back to the arena.
I mean, they showed Roddy Piper in the Ford Bronco being chased by the cops.
No, Virtue. Roman Reigns has to break out of the cell like this because he's the big dog. And
yes.
That
would have been good for Braun Strowman. Dude, what's your thoughts on Rollins' spot there? Jacking his arm up there, getting cut. That wasn't supposed to happen, was it?
No, and that camera angle with the shaky... the shakiness of it was just terrible, by the way. The spot was cool, although it kind of gave me like that Goldberg WCW vibe where he smashed his wrist into the limo and ended up missing 6 months of action because of it. So, yeah, maybe kind of a reckless spot there because if Rollins got seriously hurt, it happened to Goldberg, it could certainly happen to Rollins too. So, yeah, that was really interesting. But yeah, I'm just disappointed that there's so many interesting things that WWE could do with these storylines. And if you're going to be illogical and over the top, then just go all the way with it. Just have fun. The Matt Hardy stuff is over the top. Just be over the top and just be creative. And I was disappointed with SmackDown, actually, because we did not get the big food fight between Daniel Bryan and The Miz and Maurice and Brie. I thought that whole thing was setting up to that. They were going to show up in the restaurant. And because it was deserted, there was nobody there. They could just have this big fight and throw food at each other. That would have been fun. But instead, they didn't go in that direction. So I don't understand the whole story.
I do like the Miz's get-up, though, with whatever he had on with the glasses and stuff when he was in the ring. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I agree. But, yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that they teased that. I thought for sure they were going to do something with the restaurant, and they didn't.
I feel like we need to see more of the wrestlers outside of the arena because I feel like they're just all confined in this arena, and they don't feel like humans to me. Even when they cut the promos, they just feel like robots, and they're wrestlers. They're not real people. I just feel like we need to see the Italian restaurant brawl or the jail segment.
Like remember the APA. Especially. Remember the APA would have those brawls in the friendly tap and stuff like that.
Yeah, give it.
Maybe they'll do that with AOP and Drake Maverick now.
Yeah,
and have poker games in the back.
Yeah, China going on a date with Mark Henry, and they show all the different clips of them at the bar, and then the guy hits on China, and they get in the big fight. Like I miss that stuff.
This
better time
Boston
filler
Booker
than-
T grocery store fight.
Yes. Another great example.
You know who I would have liked to see manage the AOP, and he could have did double duty?
Oh.
And this is coming from me. Corey Graves.
Interesting.
Corey Graves, man. Why isn't that guy a manager?
His gimmick is that he's supposed to be like the insider, so I mean that would be good.
I don't know. All right, Aaron and Greg, do you have anything to contribute to the main
there was
event
something.
potluck?
Well, I just wanted to say something else. There was another segment. Oh man, now I'm losing my train of thought. There was another segment I wanted to point out. The last one I can remember that was like what we were just talking about was Enzo in the hotel room with Lana. That was the last time we saw something like really outside of the ring. And I'd like to see more of that stuff. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say on it. Greg, anything else you wanted to add?
I was just going to say one of the best all-time segments wasn't in the ring. It was the grocery store fight with Booker T and Stone Cold. I mean, that 17 years later, we're still talking about it because it was so good.
Yep. That was sports entertainment, people. Sports entertainment. Yeah. And I know people are out there that you really, really like wrestling, and people, you know, certain fans want to see it as a simulated sport. I get that. But it's on TV, weekly, episodic especially, you got to have entertainment. Plain and simple. There's no question. But, I mean, that's it, guys. That's it, unless Greg or Aaron want to bring up anything else. If not, it's cool because we always have next week, the week after that, and so on.
Yeah.
You guys good?
I think we've had a great video here. I think we're only allowed like 20 face palms per video. Once we surpass that, you know, we got to call it a night.
Well, let's do our plugs, man, and I will start with TJS.
All right, guys. You can follow me on Twitter at NoDQ_TJS, NoDQ.com/TJS, NoDQ.com/shirts. You can get this NoDQ.com shirt. You can get the Pennsylvania Sensation shirt, the NoDQ review shirt. You can't get Aaron's tank top there. That's not for sale there.
No.
And I just wanted to remind you guys, this is NoDQ review number 32, right? So I just wanted to remind you, NoDQ Galaxy, tune in to 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. They're going to be good shows, and we're just going to go ahead and promote them right now. So, Greg, plugs.
We're going to promote all 6
Get that? I see what you did
NoDQ
right
reviews,
there.
Yes.
Oh,
NoDQ 39 is going to be off the chain, guys. I'm telling you. You've got to check out NoDQ review number 39 coming up soon.
NoDQ video 2000.
Yes. That's going to be a barn burner for sure.
NoDQ.com/Greg, Twitter at PA Sensation. I'm almost at 900 followers, so I'm getting close to that elusive 1,000. Perhaps I can do that by the end of the Wrestling Trivia Challenge season, which Aaron announced I'm facing good mic work, which that should be a match of epic proportions. I don't know why you keep trying to find these guys to beat me. You should have got the hint with TJS last week. It's going to be tough to find somebody to beat me. I took down Wade. I took down you, Aaron. I've taken out pretty much anybody you put in front of me. We'll see how this goes.
I won't even face you because I know better. See, so you basically got a victory over me by forfeit.
Default, yeah.
Coward. You're a coward.
Whatever.
You're a coward.
Clap. Come on.
But, I mean, Virtue, if you want to face me, if you just want to be another number, that's perfectly fine with me. But I have to make it through good mic work this week. We'll see, because that guy knows his stuff.
Oh, he sure does. Greg is a great guy, not you, the other Greg. You're a great guy, too. Greg versus Greg coming up, Wrestling Trivia Challenge. Check him out at Good Mic Work. He knows his stuff, and I think it's going to be a great match. And I hope he can beat you. I have a few more people lined up if he doesn't get the job done. But maybe he will, and maybe we'll see a big swerve as we get to the end of Wrestling Trivia Challenge. So everybody check that out this coming weekend. Like Greg said, follow him at PA Sensation. Check out TJS, NoDQ.com/TJS. Check out NoDQ review number 36. That one is going to be a jilly jacker, to say the least. And Virtue, the floor is yours.
Follow me on Twitter at NoDQ_Virtue. Facebook, NoDQ.com/Virtue with a small v. We do Virtue's Rage live every Tuesday night at 11 p.m., Big G and I. UXWA here in Cleveland, we have an indie show coming up September 15th. So follow my social media. You'll see more info on that. And, of course, we do the No DQ review each and every week. And like everyone said, we got 33, 34, 35, and 72 all coming up. And we like to promote them all at the same time because that's what you got to do in wrestling these days.
Yep.
So for Aaron Rift, for Greg Cherry, and for TJS, I am Virtue. It's been real. See you next time.